the wicked them a holla. Say the wicked them a bad. When cold and slow now. Hey, 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 hey. Watch the wicked them a holla. Say the wicked them a bad. When cold and slow now. Say how we are gonna do it. Oi, ready? Ha ha ha, very good. Oi, me say how we are gonna do it. Yes, we go down. Oi, sit down there, 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 sit down there. Oi, sit down there. Oi, sit down, sit down there. Sit down there, sit down there. Boy, boy, boy. Boy, boy, boy. Sit down there, sit down there. Sit down there, sit down there. Sit down there, sit down there. Sit down there. Watch the wicked them a holla. Did the wicked them a me say how we are gonna do you. Jesus, boy, watch out, watch out. Now worry about the wicked them now. Now worry about the wicked them. Tell them neighbor, come. Now worry when they talk about you. Now worry when they tell life on you. Worry they won't go there upon you. Now worry what them say about you. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance? Boy, boy, trouble. Watch out. Watch the wicked them a holla. Say the wicked them a bad. When cold and slow now. Hey, 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 hey. Watch the wicked them a holla. Say the wicked them a bad. When cold and slow now. Me say how we are gonna do it. Boy, ready? Ha ha ha, very good. Boy, me say how we are gonna do it. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there, 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 sit down there. Boy, sit down there. Boy, sit down. Sit down there, sit down there, sit down there. Boy. Sit down there, 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 sit down there. Watch the wicked them a holla. Did the wicked them a me say how we are gonna do you. Boy, get some money. Me say how we are gonna do it. Boy, go down. Now Jesus, boy, watch out. Now worry about the wicked them now. Now worry about the wicked them. Tell them neighbor, come. Now worry when they talk about you. Now worry when they tell life on you. Worry they won't go there upon you. Now worry what them say about you. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance?
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. So why you come to me with that foolishness, you know? You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy Tuesday to those in television land. Happy Tuesday to our silent supporters. Happy Tuesday to everyone in the chat. As usual, thank you so much for joining in. Really appreciate each and everyone. Continued support. Remember, guys, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. A special shout out to all our channel members and to all of our moderators. And remember, guys, the membership is still active. Tonight's topic is adverse possession with your host Mystic Sensation, and we should be joined shortly by Melting Pot and Daisy Magazine. The chat is gone away already, and I just want to big up everyone who's in the chat. Really appreciate you all. I'm going to just quickly run through Doris McCoy, Andrew McCullough, Maxwell Williams, Bless Up Falmouth Girl 2, our channel member, Beverly 975, Bloomy Coleman, Universal, Delia Headlam, Rennie Swaby, Carla Ebanks, Del Raymond, Sharon Ricketts, Barbara Giwa, Robert Tangus, Fourth Jenna Jerome, Angela Campbell, Paulette MacArthur, Winnie Mead, Carl, Venice Brooks, C. Jam, Lauren Taylor, Rancho Taylor, Carol Hewitt, Millicent, Y. Pre, Michael Bennett, Doreen Vassell, Diana Thompson, Delilah Graham. Bless up yourself. Welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me just introduce Miss Daisy Magazine's channel. And so Daisy Magazine has started her own channel, and the name of her channel is Daisy Magazine, People, Places, and Perspectives. And we just want you guys to just go over there and show her some love. Make sure you give her support. So it's Daisy Magazine, People, Places, and Perspectives, guys. So go over there and show Miss Daisy some love. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You just came in. All right, Melting Pot is in the building. Without any delay, I am one second, Baron. So Brenda Lee Campbell, Miriam Miller, Kennedy Thompson, Devon Fletcher, Lindell McCormack. Bless up yourself. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for that, Lady Mystic. Really appreciate that. And again, a wonderful umbrella welcome to all the peeps in the chat. Right, bless upon yourself. Right, before we start, because we have some surgical investigation, right, to put on display. But before we get into that, let us have Melting Pot to meet and greet his people as usual. Brother Melting Pot, step up on the podium.
Blessed greetings to one and all. You know, it's good to be here again on a Tuesday night, Mystic Sensation Live. So you don't know, say, we all have to extend gratitude to everyone, you know, especially the people from in the UK. who unequivocally devote them time, dedicate them time to this program, you know. And to the fans them in the Canadian region and America, big up on yourself, see the movement, you know, originated from in that region. And my fans them, Caribbean, enough love and respect, yeah. All over Europe, same way. Down in Africa, same way. South Pacific, yeah, Australia and New Zealand, big up on yourself, you know. And we are here, so some people down in Japan now are tuning in, so we have to send the love down the same way. Yeah. And to the people in the Caribbean, enough love and respect, and to the community heights, them in Jamaica, stay strong, you know, because the movement still goes on, you know. And we have to carry on the fight on a daily basis. Yeah. But we have to try and, you know, wrestle back the country from the criminal them. Yeah. And make sure no say Jamaica is, you know, in safe hands. Yeah. With a leader like Mark Jefferson Golden, you know, there is no question in doubt that Jamaica will be in safe hands. Yeah, so we have to try and make sure no so well that when the right time coming, you know, the baton pass on to the right athletes, you know. Can't have no criminal and run with the baton, you know. That not gonna work around there, so yeah. Cause when you look on our 4x100 meter team, you know, I can tell you, you know, Manley lead off, you know, and pass the baton on to PG, and PG pass the baton on to Mama P, and Mama P I go pass the baton on to Marky G. So that's the 4x1, you know. And a world record we are going to run this time because we not give them not even one seat, we are give them a look at the people tired of them down in Jamaica. The people want them out. Yeah, so it's a world record that will run by Marky G and the People's National Party. But when we take time out for show love and respect to the host, Sir Lord Byron. And with technical director, Lady Anne Marie, behind the scene with the gold finger. You know, she put up the thing them. Yeah, so we can have them to look through and dissect as we go along. So big up on yourself. Yeah, all blood and fire comrade. Ground Zero, enough love and respect. All the 2 mile lights, them, Greenwich Farm, Pied Avenue, Delapre Park, Union Garden, Maxwell, Whitfield Town, right around the road, Waltham, all the way around to Frog City. Yeah, Mongoose Town, yeah, Rome, big up on yourself, enough love and respect, melting pot. Junglist, hold tight, big up. And back the floor to the host.
All right. Blessings, 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 Mr. Melting Pot. Well, people, we are not going to hesitate in terms of what we are going to deliver tonight, right? Because we are going to be speaking about a vicious government that aligned with crony capitalists to devour Jamaican sovereignty, leaving thousands of Jamaican landless. So what we are going to reveal tonight is between the period 1980 to 2010, the GLP administration worked, and I want people to listen to what I'm saying tonight because we're going to prove it. We have the evidence. I take all the time in terms of doing a surgical investigation, in terms of collecting the data. So tonight, here we are going to present our proof, right? Now, between the period 1980 to 2010, the GLP administration worked in partnership with New Falmouth Resort Limited to steal the Cooper's Land property from the authorized owners, while the PNP defended adverse position for residents of the property that bears the status of adverse possession. So let me just say this clear, that this is what you understand we are going to prove tonight with concrete evidence. We have seen, right, one of the daughters, right, as it relates to the New Falmouth Resort Limited, came out to say, Daddy will never do nothing like this. Jamaica, let me say this to you. And I just hope that she's listening to me. She's a hypocrite. A blatant hypocrite. And we are going to prove, as it relates to what I just said, that the JLP administration work in tandem with New Falmouth partnership, right, with New Falmouth Resort to steal the land, Cooper's Pen, from the original owner. I know by now you have gotten the message in terms of what I'm saying, right? And it is for me now, right, to prove that, right? People, remember, please like up the live because we want everyone to hear this. Andrew Holness, right? And Tova, Horace Strong, they are diabolically mendacious. They are vicious. They are cruel. They are Draculas and vampires. And we are going to prove that tonight. But before we get into that, I want to play a clip as it relates to a Jamaica Labour Party strong supporter. And to be honest, I do agree in terms of what he's saying. Now, my people, I'm going to play it, and I want for you that if you do agree, right, with what the, inspirational speaker from the Jamaica Labour Party is saying, I want you to type yes in the chat. But I'm going to play it because he's sending a message, and I do believe that the message that he's sending is really correct. So I want you to listen to him, and for persons, right, who agreed, because I do agree with what he said. So I want you to listen to him, and if you agree, but before we get into that, you know what, let me just make Sister Maria meet and greet her people, because when we are juggling on it and the thing get hot and spicy, we don't want to break and I say, all right, Sister Maria, come meet and greet. No, but when we get into the heat, it is non-stop. So Sister Maria, clear the way, cut and clear the way before we get into the heat. Yes, Sister Maria, go ahead.
What do you say? I juggle, we a juggle.
Juggle,
And I look in a trouble.
What? Yes, you're bad.
Oh, tell you. Me tell you.
Yeah, man.
Well, my brother, melting pot.
I'm
My sister
hearing
Anne
alone.
Marie and brother Byron, I said I should have bought a Honda, bought a Kia. Hallelujah.
All
We are
right.
here again on this blessed Tuesday evening to give thanks and praise to the Lord as we come into this space to bonfire upon Andrew own it.
Amen, somebody. All right, thank
And
you.
to everybody in the chat, a blessed Tuesday.
And people, remember, as it relates to the previous clip that we had showed with Sister Maria channel, Melting Pot, make sure you give her some love. Go over there, give her some love.
Thank you.
Yes,
Listen.
give her some love. And people, please just visit her channel, right, and subscribe and give her some love over there. But
Much appreciated.
Let us go to the rhythm and swing and listen. And as I said, people, if you agree with this Jamaica Labour Party inspirational speaker, right, type yes in the chat. So let us listen to him before we get into the crux of the matter.
At this video,
Whole heap of people, I go say, me and a Labour right. Tell her this.
This is out of the
no, we are going to talk. I mean, no one going to talk and I mean, no one going to come for me. No, I'm no more Labour right than me.
I'm out.
Me, I one of the biggest Labour right now. I mean, I like what I go on. And the truth are just the fucking truth. Me not like what I go on, and the truth are just the truth. You see, September the 7th, September the 7th, me not talk about no PMP. September the 7th, you see, anything the Jamaican people ready and willing to do for them country, me as a Labour right in it. Me see me as a Labour right in it. This country no want lock down for no 5 days. This country want lock down for the least 5 weeks. or 5 months. Either 5 weeks or 5 months. This a country want lockdown for. Andrew Wallace lock we down. Whole heap of people go to jail. Whole heap of people run up and down. You understand? In lock we down. So you see me people, me Jamaican people, want to buy up enough food. Buy enough food and put in our house. Catch up on enough water. Buy no gas put in our vehicle. All I would drive. Buy no gas and put in our vehicle. So that means say, if nobody food no take sick, or no friend, or any member food no take sick, we no have gas, can bring them go at the nearest doctor. Stack up on a vehicle with gas. Stack up on a house with water and food. We need for sure the Minister of Police say how we run things. We need for sure the Prime Minister say how we run things. Not them. Not them. Imagine you buy one car. You can't eat in your own vehicle where you work so hard and sweat so hard to buy. Eh? You can't eat in your vehicle. You're in a country and you have 2 picnic at Kingston town anyway. Anywhere at all, it don't really matter. Anywhere you're there. And you have your 2 picnic. And you can't cut one bunch of banana and one bunch of plantain with 2 pumpkin. Can't go give your youth, or can't go give your baby mother, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your sister. You can't put one bunch of banana or one bunch of plantain in your vehicle back. Can't go give one family member. Police are antagonize you. Police are give you a ticket. We tired, man. We tired. I mean, no want no dirty labor right come about me. I mean, no want no dirty PMP come about me, cause what? Everybody make mistake. We never know. Me, personally, never know. Andrew either betray we, the Jamaican people. We never know. He just come like a take up a woman, you know. You never know the woman that rob you and go. You never know the woman that sell the car behind the back. You never know the woman that sell a piece of land behind the back. You never know say the woman that put you out. I see him way. We never know say Andrew that really betray with so. Nobody never know that. So we don't want a little negative. Me say is all you have to do. Stack up on no food and on no water and on no gas. For September the 7th. Because me inner it as a labor right. Me inner it peak pluck. Me inner it as a labor right. Trust me. Me inner it September the 7th. Me inner it from September the 6th. From the 6th of September me ready.
All right. So all the peeps in the chat, all my brothers and sisters in the chat room, if you agree with him, right, and you're in it, PP clock, type yes in the chat. If you don't agree with him, in terms of what he just said, right, and in it with him, PP clock, type yes in the chat. Now, let me just quickly go to the panel for a brief and sharp response, right? Because we have seen some people in the chat, my brothers and sisters in the chat, right, is of course saying that they indeed agree with him. Now let me hear, of course, ladies before gentlemen, right, Sister Daisy, right, please speak in brief. Let me say in brief, because we have some serious investigation to get into, right? Do you agree with this gentleman and state the reason why you agree, if you agree?
I cannot say I fully agree with him. And here is why. The late Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Why did it have to take him being directly affected for him to fully understand what other Jamaicans were saying about his party? What Andrew is doing, what they voted for him the 3rd of September, right? he didn't expect that he'd be so aggressive towards them. But what he fails to realize that Andrew's not the prime minister of the Jamaica Labour Party. He's the prime minister of the country, Jamaica. So whatever he does will affect every Jamaican. So the jury is out on what he says because he, like somebody says here, I agree with him because I'm also betrayed. I understand the betrayal, but the man showed you who he was 2016 to 2020, 2020 to 2025. Why did they not believe him? Oh, because they were not directly affected. So he's entitled to his opinion, and I that is where I'm going to leave that.
All right. Let me just quickly go to Brother Melting Pot before I voice my opinion on that. Brother Melting Pot, what is your opinion as it relates to the gentleman said he's in it, PP clock in terms of the galvanization of people getting out there to show the government that the citizen indeed is the government and will set an example in terms of getting Andrew Holness out of power in terms of that galvanization. What say you? Do you agree with him? And if you agree with him, why?
I strongly agree with him 100%, because regardless of his affiliation and, time that it take him to realize. Remember, Marcus Garvey said, black people now going to know themselves until they back up against the wall.
Yes.
And right now, every Jamaican back is against the wall, whether they are Labour Right or PNP. Because the Andrew Holness-led administration is such administration that will impact every black people life in Jamaica. It doesn't matter who, if you support him or not. So this is long in coming, and I mean, not never before the time. Yeah, and I fully support him and the movement where, everybody will go out and try to, project them opinion toward this government. I mean, this government is a real government, and the government that should have been banished long time ago, but as I said, not never done before the time. So big up on yourself in the movements and, make a sweet work and work effectively, with decent morality, projecting towards the movement. No violence, just voice and opinion strong, and make sure someone get the right result. Because you can't ease up the pressure, Yeah, just said, if it have to take 5 weeks or 5 weeks, you have to put pressure upon a demon to get him out of society. And over at the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
Well said, Mystic. Well said, Melting Pot. And right on the rally, I do agreed with him in terms of galvanizing the people to go against this kleptocratic government. Number one, in plain simple term, we cannot have a prime minister going 5 years without its statutory declaration cannot be certified. We cannot have a prime minister as it relates to him going against his anti-corruption system. We can't have a prime minister who is asking the court, right, for the court to throw out, right, the illicit, right, laws that hinge on the Corruption Act. We can't have that. Obviously, this prime minister is a criminal. And tonight, we are going to even prove it, right, as it relates to, what we are going to be delivering tonight. But my ladies and gentlemen, I want to now address, right, Emily Shields, because we have now realized that Emily Shields has now becomes enemy Shields against the progress of the Jamaican people. And we are going to take Emily Shields to class tonight. Now, I want for my people to hear what Emily Shields has to say as it relates to how she's defending, right, crony capitalist, right, to say that, okay, squatting, right, is not okay. And I do agree that squatting is not okay. But the issue that she is, overriding is adverse position and where the Jamaican citizen have a right as it relates to their birthright in owning a land space. And what we have seen is the high level of landlessness that needs to be addressed. And we have seen that the People's National Party made several attempts, right, in reduce landlessness, while the Jamaica Labour Party administration, working in tandem with crony capitalism, right, going against the poor, right, shoving them back, right, make them incapacitated, right, enable and unable them to own lands. But let us hear what Emily Shields is saying, and we are going to bring some facts to Emily Shields. So without any delay, let us listen to Emily Shields, that now converted herself to enemy Shields. Let us listen.
So the Court of Appeal judge didn't cite them. Given the history of this case, the length of the trial, and the efforts made by the court to assist the defendants there are the people who possess the land. Let me read it again. This is what the judge said. Given the history of the case, the length of the trial, and the efforts made by the court to assist the defendants who seem to have been misled by politicians into squatting on private property, notwithstanding their unlawful act, this court empathizes with the gullible defendants. 6, the application. This is the application by the Minister of Housing to stay the order of the court, which was granted in favor of New Falmouth, and the application for injunction. The court said the application is iniquitous. That means it is grossly unfair, it is morally wrong, it is wicked, it is unjust. This is what the court said. This is not the first judge, this is not the second judge, and this is not the third judge reciting the facts. It's judge on top of judge on top of judge. The judge continues. It may be that the law is not a shackle to the lawmakers. That does not apply to the court, which must dispense justice according to the law. 7, it is the court's view that the application is devoid of sincerity. It is an attempt to pervert the course of justice and an abuse of the process of the court. This is what the court is saying to the Minister of Housing based on its application to stall a judgment that was given to New Falmouth years before. The application is refused with costs. So they're supposed to pay the cost for New Falmouth. And as I told you, when you read the affidavit of Mr. Chisholm, Mr. Chisholm is telling them from 2002, he went to every agency begging them, please help. Please find somewhere to put these people. I need my land. I need this. I need that. Not one soul batted an eyelid. The court accepted that as fact. Because anybody can say anything in affidavit. But for the court to accept it, it went through a process of examination, cross-examination, passed the test of admissibility, passed the test of hearsay, and the court accepted it. Right? So the court granted the Minister of Housing leave to appeal.
Take it away.
Not that material. So the Court of Appeal judge.
Now, Jamaica, I want to address enemy shields. And I'm going to address enemy shields with facts and nothing but facts. Emily Shields did not do her total research. And as it relates to the case being heard by multiple judges, which is true, it doesn't move away from the fact that the process of the trial was what I call and define as a kangaroo court. And that they were influenced by political means. People are going to say, but Byron, but you're not a lawyer. Oh, what did you say, man? What you mean? Right? Kangaroo process. I am going to prove tonight that, of course, the political influence at the time was to ensure that the government, along with New Falmouth Resort, had worked in concert to steal the original owner land. Now let us break it down for them, Jamaica, and let Jamaica understand. As it relates to Cooper's pen, there are two separate issues, and we are going to define them tonight. And we are going to show that it was a kangaroo process. The first issue is that, let us get this out of the way, that New Falmouth Resort has long-standing issues in the court to, of course, have persons evacuated from what they call their so-called land. Notice what I said, their so-called land. All right. But let me say this. The other issue, while New Falmouth Resort, right, in court for over the protracted period trying to get, right, people kicked off the land, the original owner family, his sons, also have New Falmouth in court to prove appropriate ownership. So one, you have New Falmouth that try to get these people off the land, right? And one, you have the original owner family, the sons, have New Falmouth in court to prove legitimacy as we speak. So look how funny the situation is. So now that we get that out of the way, come in. Here the research that Enemy Shields lacking, and I'm going to go to the document and make you see that in evidence. We are going to prove to Jamaica that there is no clarity as it relates to the original purchase of the land by New Falmouth. There is no clear evidence of receipt. None. Then you ask the question, if there is no clear evidence of receipt of purchase, why would multiple judges rule in the favor of New Falmouth Resort? That's the question, a big question. Why? And so then when I told you, right, that the government and New Falmouth Resort work in concert to steal the original owner land, I am going to show you the proof. Proof number one. Let us get into that exhibit. Lady Mystic, bring up proof number one. No, not the government caveat. Yeah, that was okay. All right.
I think it's
yes.
the other one down the bottom.
let us prove. Let us prove, right? Because I have a little thing mixed up here. Let me just clarify that. We want to prove this, right? 1 and 2. Let us prove that. Let us prove land ownership and title status. Right? We are going to prove that. So unfortunately, that information was not loaded. We are going to load it now, right? And we are going to show the first evidence. Come down. First evidence. Yes. First evidence, right, as it relates to proof that there is no clear payment done on the land. Because we are going to get deeper tonight and people are going to be surprised. Right? So let us just wait. It's just we had made a little mistake in terms of not loading that. Right? That is a little error on my part. Let me say that. So let wife is now loading it, right? Because you know Mystic Sensation like to have the facts. So Jamaican people, we are going to prove as it relates to the purchase. And to prove that in court, the court itself, and for all the judges who rule on the case, yes, did not verify, 1, and did not clarify, 2, right? Any payment, full payment done by New Falmouth Resort for the Cooper's Pen property. You are going to see. So let us bring up the evidence and we read, right, in conjunction with that. Now here it is, Jamaican people, as Lady Mystic is going to share it. Let us prove it. And I want any lawyer who is looking on, I want to big up this some more to 300 so you can see that. Now let us read, Jamaica. Let us read. Official records and court proceedings indicate a long-standing dispute regarding a clear money trail and proof of full payment for the Cooper's Pen property, it seems. Hold on. Right, hold on. Let me just deal with this call. Yes, caller. Yes. Okay. All right. Let us speak about this. Official records and court proceedings indicate a long-standing dispute regarding a clear money trail and proof of full payment for the Cooper's Pen property. When you hear that, it seems like it is suggesting that yes, full proof was provided. No. Read on. While the National Land Agency lists the property title under New Falmouth Resorts Limited, historical estate and court reviews involving the vendor's estate highlighted questions regarding concrete evidence of the original purchase balance payment. Let us get to that. Land ownership and title status registered title checks with the National Land Agency show the land title is registered in the name of New Falmouth Resorts Limited. Transfer origin, the property was historically transferred to the company through the Administrator General while administering the estate of Gilbert Baron Jobson, right? His family, his sons, are fighting now in court as it relates to New Falmouth Resort, right? As it relates to the original ownership, right? Now let us go to the second document. So we want to have it clear as it relates to the purchasing, right? And the lacking of evidence, right? Now, here it is. Historical transfer to the company through Administrator General while administering the estate of Gilbert Baron Jobson. The proof of purchase Now listen now, people. Here it is. The proof of purchase controversy. Listen to the evidence now, people. Missing payment evidence. When the Administrator General for Jamaica later handled aspects of the original owner's estate, reports and court disclosures pointed to a lack of definitive, cogent evidence or a clear ledger confirming that the final purchase price balance had been completely and properly paid. Contested legacy. Here's an opposing parties have historically challenged all the transaction and transfers unfolded while contending that clear receipts or escrow records from the initial transaction were missing or untraceable. Take that away. Now let me just quickly, right, address this situation. Let us quickly address this situation. If I go to the car mart to purchase a vehicle, I want you to listen to me, people. If I go to the car mart to purchase a vehicle, and I go to the owner of the car mart and said, okay, all right, I have some money and I am going to pay you X amount as it relates to the value of the vehicle. And he said yes. And he collect the money from me and don't give me any receipt. Don't give me any receipt. I am asking the people in the chat, what valid proof that I have to show, apart from verbatim, no documentary proof, no receipt of that transaction? How could I claim that vehicle that I purchased without having that transactional arrangement where I gave him my money and he gave me receipt including title of the vehicle and so forth and so forth and so forth? You understand what I'm saying? How could it be that 3 judges on that basis decided to give New Falmouth Resort the control of the property without no traceable evidence? Mountain Park, let me put you in this space. And I want you to tell us, how could it be that without any traceable evidence? Remember, I know me I said this. I know Maria said this. I know you I said this. It is borne out that there was no possible traceable evidence to link the purchase, the proof purchase. Melting pot.
But you see, whenever you have a land dispute, you know, there's always one right and one wrong.
Yes.
So when you go back to who belongs with the Genesis. Yeah. And you can't say the owner them for the land coming down. Yeah. They were there before this resort come in. Yeah. These are the people who want to take the land from the original owner. Yeah. Trelawny Property Resort. And they don't have the document in question to show the purchasing order. Yeah. That is not clear in evidence as to the transaction sale of the land coming from its original owner. Yeah. So right there you have a problem between the original owner and Trelawny Property Resort. Now, when you do the differential status, you know, the owner them small in terms of, you know, them own profile, and Trelawny them are money people, them, you know, Trelawny Property Resort. So them are gonna have the people them on them side now, like the judge and everybody, you know. I put out the effort towards them becoming the owner of the property. Yeah, but the people them are 5 feet. Yeah. The man's son, them are 5 feet because them know them are the rightful owner, you know. Them know no sales transaction will take place. There might be a little bit of pause in delinquency upon tax and them people are cited and want to move it from under the people and feet. And that you see go on. Yeah, that's why there's a standard for so long. Because clear ownership would have established who are the rightful owner, you know. Yeah, so this thing would be a long-standing dispute for more than a decade. You understand? So we know we are one of the country, so you have some people who have contact with people in the land authority agency, and them a move land to them friends and associates. Because of kickback, whole heap of kickback around pan land in Jamaica, you know. Whole heap of kickback.
All right.
So right now, the people yeah, are the rightful owner for the land. But them name Jacobson or Jobson, the have two phrase, yeah. Them are the owner for the land.
All right, so
Not Chilani property resort.
Hold on, let me ask you a question and then we move to Mario. Do you believe that some political influence had inserted as it relates to the court's decision? Yes or no?
Yes, because remember Kamina Johnson Smith was a lawyer, attorney at law upon that land dispute, you know. She know everything about it.
Very good.
She know everything about it and she filtered it through to Andrew and everybody. Yeah. So they watch certain land, man. And if once it there close to beach, they want it. Once you go delinquent by your land close to beach, they want it.
Okay.
This is how them are going with.
So
the mafia thing around the place.
So you identify this as more associated with land grabbing, all right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let us move
and people want to sell the land with them grab to investors. That's the problem we're having. I hear about the floor. We can't go on go through tonight. So and that's the thing that Sir Byron and Daisy. Yeah, man.
All right. Sister Maria, your take on it. And some cards are coming in too. Go ahead and speak, Sister Maria.
Okay. First of all, no Jamaican can be a squatter in Jamaica. That's the first thing. I don't like the term squatters. But when the Prime Minister was running for re-election last year, he didn't describe them as squatters, he called them voters. They're not squatters. Adverse possession is not something that is unique in the Jamaican space. It is utilized across the world. And adverse possession is a legal principle where a person who is not legal owner occupies and uses another person's land for a required period of time. Now, if specific legal conditions are met, that same occupant can claim formal legal title and ownership of said property. That is a backstory. All right. Some of the spaces where adverse possessions are in play. South Carolina, the United States, 10 years. Wisconsin, United States, 20 years. Ontario, Canada, 10 years. England, 10 years. And in England, after 10 consecutive years on the property, they can apply to His Majesty's Land Registry. All right? Now, another thing that is glaring, it doesn't seem as though the Jobsons, who were the original owners of the property, parted ways with this property. And the Jobson, the original owner, Jobson, he had 21 children. Now, from what I understand, most of those children are still alive. And Miss Melton Pot mentioned the Foreign Affairs Minister the now Foreign Affairs Minister, who was an attorney in the Hard Company, who represented New Falmouth resorts in, I think it was about 2016 or somewhere there, not 2016. I forget the year, but she represented them in a case. She was their attorney. And also we have to remember that when Horace Chang was Minister of Housing, there were some correspondence between himself and Chisholm the New Falmouth quote-unquote owner. So everybody claiming not to know anything about this Cooper's land estate and everything, they're lying. They know everything about it, because here's the thing. The land agency, NEPA, and all those agencies that grant permits are in the Prime Minister's office. And they're there for a specific reason. So you are telling me that the Prime Minister doesn't know anything about this property, that this issue that has been going on for decades? This is not something new, you know. And the previous administration in 2016, which was a Portia Simpson Miller administration, they were working assiduously to purchase the land for the people, for them to stay on the property. And had the government that took over after Portia Simpson, had they pursued it further to the Privy Council, because the ruling came down in April of 2016, and they demitted office in February of 2016, correct? So they could not have followed through. So it was incumbent on the new incoming administration, if they cared about the people, to follow through so that the situation could have been resolved in the interest of the people. So when everybody is claiming, you know, not to know anything about it, that is further from the truth. And it shows the level of dishonesty that these people are involved in.
All right, well said, Sister Mara, because, you know, we have a lot to cover and we have to cut and run. All right, Jamaica, I want Jamaica to listen to me. This is how we are going to show that the People's National Party, right, and the Jamaica Labour Party are not one of the same. We heard some vloggers pushing the narrative that the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party are one of the same. But I am going to show tonight, as it relates to Cooper's pen, really reveal to us the love and care that the People's National Party have for the people of Jamaica, particularly those who are landless, that the People's National Party fought for them tooth and nail and fought for them relentlessly. And we are going to show the opposite of the Jamaica Labour Party fought tooth and nail to take away the lands from the poor people and denied us beach access, and the list goes on as it relates to Andrew Holness. We are going to prove tonight also that, of course, the Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaica Labour Party and New Falmouth Resort work in concert to take away the land from the original owner. You are going to see clear evidence tonight. So when that lady running out and saying that, you know, my father would never done something like this. Come on, don't put no lipstick pie the pig around here. So you understand? As a matter of fact, we want to hear nothing from you. Nothing from you. And we are going to prove and expose you tonight. Now, so the question that we are going to ask to show you how PNP care. And when you ask Google, right, does the government have a right to place a caveat, right, after judgment? Because I heard Emily Shields making it seem, and the way she shaped the narrative, Enemy Shields shaped the narrative, that after 3 judges rule, the PNP still pressing, you understand, to deal with squatters. This is the way how she shaped it, you know. But we are going to show you that the government have every right that after a court judgment, the government can pursue, right, a caveat. Look at this, Jamaica. Let us show the government right to place a caveat after judgment. And one of the reasons why Portia Simpson did that, because she was adamant in wanting to purchase the land. Adamant in wanting to purchase the land. Here is your answer, people. Here is your answer. Yes, Let me see if I can pick up this because I want you to follow us tonight. Yes. So the question asks, right? Now, does the government has any right to place a caveat after a judgment? And the answer is yes. The government of Jamaica or its relevant agencies can lodge a caveat or similar statutory restriction on a land title if they hold a valid, one, recognized interest in the property, which Portia Simpson did, even after a court judgment. I want you to see this in Jamaica. I want you to see this because where I am going is going to be Bangarang. Provided the judgment does not extinguish the specific interest, a caveat act as an injunction to stop changes or transfers on the title at the National Land Agency. Bangarang tonight. The rules for the government caveat after judgment. Valid interest. The government must have a legal or equitable interest such as unpaid taxes, acquisition notices, or statutory charges. Post-judgment actions, if the court judgment left a matter open, or if the state has a fresh statutory claim that was not the direct subject of the settled dispute, a caveat can still be filed. And that is what the PNP had done. But enemy shields make it look like the PNP has no moral, right, to want to push on, while the government has every right. Because, of course, as it relates to the masses of land and where the clarity in terms of nothing provided as record to say that New Falmouth Resort indeed paid in full for the land. No record like that. And the PNP now want to purchase the land for the people. You are going to see Bangarang here, people. Let us take that away. So now, look at what the PNP is doing. Fighting, pushing on to reduce landlessness. And fighting even after the PNP had gotten turned down 3 times. And Portia Simpson said, you are not going to be more than me. I want to reduce landlessness. And so then the PNP places a caveat on that. Now, look what Andrew Holness had done. The reason for me to show you this is to show you the People's National Party in the struggle, fighting landlessness, while the Jamaica Labour Party on the other side, you understand, want to fight, take away the land from the poor people and give it to the rich friend, and where Andrew Holness, under that disguise, is also dealing with land grabbing, a worse tonight than people Bangarang. Now, look at this.
Somebody wants to explain what is a caveat, so I brought up the meaning before you continue so that they can follow, because some people are not.
Okay, all right. So there's for people who want to understand the meaning of a caveat, there is it. A caveat means a warning, a limitation, or specific condition attached to a statement, agreement, or plan. It highlights a detail or exception that qualifies a broader rule. For example, the job is great, right? With one caveat, you must work night shift. You understand? Now, when a caveat is placed, then there is no further transaction, you understand, can commit after, right, as it relates to the law. And here's the law section. A formal legal notice filed with a court or official to stop. So let us get into it now. A formal legal notice filed with a court or official to stop or suspend a specific action like probate or property registration until person filings gets a hearing. So that is what right, Portia Simpson, right, had done. Now, so we show that the PNP, right, out there fighting, right, fighting landlessness and want, right, for more Jamaicans to become owners of land, while the Jamaica Labour Party, right, is now fighting the poor people in taking away their lands and also denying them of beach access. Look at this, what Andrew Wallace had done. Look at this. Listen up, people. Here it is. The Parliament of Jamaica passed amendments to the National Housing Trust Act, right? Now, one of the reasons why I go here as it relates to the $11.4 billion drawing down from National Housing Trust. Because what this does, it cripples the National Housing Trust to build low-income homes, right, for majority of the contributors who are paying their contribution to NHT. And this crucial government, wicked government, is taking $11.4 billion, right, from the purse, you understand, weakening the NHT, you understand, to build affordable homes, right, for the poor and thus reduce landlessness. Now, take it away. Let us go to the document that we want. More protection for state-owned lands. So this is where I'm going, where Andrew Ownless, you understand, protect, right, state-owned land that he so claim. Now, here it is, Jamaica, not telling any lie on him. More protection for state-owned lands. This is what Andrew Ownless do under this guise that he's protecting state-owned land, right? While Andrew Ownless himself is stealing the land. We are going to show evidence of that. You know, we have evidence. Andrew Ownless and his lawyer are stealing the lands. Yes, people, we have the evidence. Under the disguise that is dealing with more protection for state-owned lands. Listen to this. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Ownless, says the government will look to amend legislation to equalize the time for adverse possession of state-owned lands, which are not crown lands, to 60 years. Now, hold on. Is somebody who loves Jamaican people? Is this somebody who want to reduce landlessness? One of the first things that he has done is to cripple NHT by taking $11.4 billion to shore up his budget, you understand, from an NHT, thus weaken the NHT, right, to do what? Build what? Affordable homes to who? To the persons, right, who are paying in their contribution to NHT. But Andrew Ownless did not stop there. Andrew Ownless now, right, sort of now bending his back for crony capitalists. Look what Andrew Ownless is saying here. The Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Ownless, what claims say people vote for him, says the government will look to amend legislation to equalize the time for adverse possession of state-owned lands, which are not crown lands, to 60 years. How wicked can this get? This cannot get any more wicked. Now, the PNP wanted to reduce this so that people can become more landowner and hence reduce landlessness. Andrew Ownless and the Jamaica Labour Party administration want to keep the 60 years design to continue to hold down, suppress, right, and take away adverse position, you understand, from people, and also working in tandem with private sectors to steal people's land. Now, currently, not all state-owned land is crown land. So under the limitation of the Actions Act, crown land is protected by 60 years before you can take adverse possession of the land, he said in an address to the House of Representatives on October 11. Take that away on it. take it away. This is the Prime Minister who claimed that he loved Jamaica so much and he wants to give Jamaica progress and him no grudge no poor man for them piece of squatter land. And he will ensure that these poor men who try to get them squatter land, he will help them to build mansion. That is what the Prime Minister said. But here is the Prime Minister maintaining a 60 years before you can adverse possess. Goes back again in terms of what I'm saying. For those who are saying that the PNP and the GLP are one of a kind, look what the PNP is saying. Let us play that. To show the difference between the PNP and the Jamaica Labour Party, that they are not one of the same. And any platform that you go on and you hear that argument, you can relish it for yourself. Listen up, my Jamaican brothers and sisters.
Parliamentary opposition will be bringing legislation to the parliament to fulfill a campaign promise on land reform. During the 2025 general election campaign, the PNP indicated that if its party formed the government, it would change the law and reduce the period required for adverse possession of crown lands from 60 to 25 years. Opposition leader Mark Golding told Parliament during the budget debate yesterday that his team is ready to move forward.
I have done with my team the preparatory research and the drafting work. We have prepared a bill to implement this vital social justice reform. That bill will seek to amend 3 pieces of legislation. The Limitation of Actions Act, which is over 100 years old. The Registration of Titles Act, which is also over 100 years old. And the Cadastral Mapping and Tenure Clarification Special Provisions Act, which is a big mouthful, but it deals with land titling. I will be tabling that bill as a private member's bill after this budget debate. And I'm going to seek support from both sides of the aisle for this reform.
Mr. Golding also urged government to address squatter settlements.
You need to address the conditions faced by hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans who are living in informal settlements. You need to do it. Yes. We would be regularizing informal settlements across Jamaica, completing all the unfinished Operation Pride schemes and upgrading older communities with proper sidewalks, drainage, and green spaces. We'd be replacing zinc fences with concrete walls, not just for cosmetic reasons, but for living in dignity. We would call this our Portia program, in honor of Jamaica's first female Prime Minister. Nobody can take that from her.
So when we are putting out there in confidence to our Jamaican brothers and sisters, and for them and those who try to sell the narrative that the PNP and the JLP are one of a kind, tell them no. It's an ultimate lie from the pit of hell. And so here you have it, that you have enemy shields, not Emily Shields, enemy shields coming out and saying that the PNP is encouraging squatting. She's not saying that the PNP is fighting landlessness. But in her political narrative, because she have gotten the order of destruction, not the order of distinction, she's saying that the PNP is encouraging squatting. Even when it is clear to her that the PNP is fighting landlessness and want to reduce the 60 years to 25 years. So how can anyone say that the PNP and the GLP are one of a kind? When we say from Michael Manley, free education, when we say NHT, and all these things that we have given, we say people first. We walk with the people. We talk with the people. And we share the common interests with the people. Now, before I bring on the panel, I want the panel to give me one more moment for one more clip. And I'm going to set the background. When I started the program today, I said that the Jamaica Labour Party administration and New Falmouth Resort working in concert to steal the land from the original owner. I am thankful that you stick and stay with me, giving me the opportunity to prove the evidence. Evidence number one. Look what I am going to prove. Look at this, Jamaica. I am going to show you that the government, the Jamaica Labour Party administration, and New Falmouth Resort are working in tandem to take away the original owner's land. Look at this, Jamaican people. Yes. Jamaica. Let me bring up this. Okay. There is a so-called letter here, Jamaica. A letter serves itself as a Trojan horse. A letter that wants to fool us. To say that, you know, New Falmouth Resort Limited had made an attempt, right, in terms of selling those people the land. This is a letter that's been concocted, you know, to show you the evil between the government and New Falmouth Resort. Let us read the letter. So the letter read the 20th of October 2010 under Bruce Golding government. Honorable Dr. Horace Chong, Minister of Water and Housing, 25 Dominica Drive, Kingston 5. Claim number 01702 HCV 2007, New Falmouth Resorts Limited versus Fitzroy Allen. No, and others. Now look at this. I refer to our telephone conversation with respect to the above mentioned matter. Please see the attached, for ease of reference, a copy of the judgment obtained in favor of my client. My client had previously indicated that they were willing to sell a portion of the land to the defendants. By letter dated 5th December, some of the defendants had requested that the land be sold at a concessionary rate. My client's position is that they are not willing to sell at any sum below the market price. Concocted this piece of nasty so-called letter. I'm going to show you people. Please, can you advise soonest of the position of the ministry? I am showing you how New Falmouth Resort and the government working in concert with the people of land. In the event that the ministry is willing to consider assisting the defendants to purchase the lands at the market price, my client would be willing to consider further negotiations. If this is the case, please, can your office contact mine so that we can arrange a meeting at a date convenient to all concerned? Please, however, be advised that having obtained judgment in their favor, my clients are anxious to finalize this matter. In the event that they do not hear favorably from you shortly, my clients intend to proceed to enforce their right. Set them up, you know. Hold on, hold a caller on the line. Caller, just hold on, be around with me. Let me just drive home the nail. Stop sharing this on it. Look how Mystic Sensation is going to mash them up now. Look how Mystic Sensation is going to mash them up and wreck them. So then, if you so-called wanted to sell these persons these lands, and you made an attempt as it relates to in the Jamaica Labour Party government, my question to you, how many times the People's National Party government who came in power after asked you and made several attempts for you to sell them the land to deliver to the people? How many times did you do it? No. Don't come with your fake letter. Don't do that. Who you think you can fool? That was 2010. The People's National Party put a caveat on that 2012 because they had tried 3 times to so-called purchase the property. Did you sell them that? Did you sell them the property? Did you? No. So don't come show people that letter. And we are not going to read into that. You're a canner, just like Andrew Holness. You and Andrew Holness, you and the Jamaica Labour Party administration working in concert to take with the people land. So let me talk to this caller. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Good night, Mystic.
Good night, my dear.
Mystic, Lady Daisy, Sir.
Good night, my dear.
Good night.
Everyone is listening. Mr. Mystic.
Yes, my dear.
You're not mystic. In this case, the mystery is not there anymore in this Lansing thing where you just don't do, all the mystery clear up.
Okay, my dear.
For one thing, I have a couple questions, and because of it, it raised something, triggers so much question. But this is my thing. Jamaica is 64 years old. The land law, the base law for adverse possession is 60 years, and it changed to 12 or something like that if you live and pay taxes consecutively.
Hold on, Carla. Let me correct that. 60 years if it is government land, crown land, 60 years. If it is for private land, it is 12 years. So let us correct that.
Good. That is why I bring it up, because no clarity is on the table.
Yes.
This piece of property that now everybody running for, before PJ Patterson the road business access was put in place, the land ain't value nothing.
Yes.
The people that did still live on the land, when time then come off them off the walk or they make their road, they make road and push themselves from them build right there, so because there was a main road. But for them to reach this area now, before access, because the highway put through it, they used to have to walk far, then donkey, then tree or whatever. We know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now the access from we reading about it till Kevin put honey.
Yes.
9 out of the over 300, 9 acres out of the 300 acres is what under dispute, say a private, this, that, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yet,
correct.
Well, you just don't bring everybody down to one thing, and it's one thing that I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
The people were interested to buy and pay 50 the little 9-acre piece where they did the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was there that there was interest and offer in it, because for you use the word willing to pay a market value.
Yes.
That is key word. So when Emily she's talk about judges, what was the evidence was brought to the judges for them to do that? Because when any judge in their right sense is the people that were willing to buy the little piece or then capture what they call it capital land and squatters land.
Mm-hmm.
And they said the people them they were willing to pay for it. And no, only the PNP government was willing to do it because they put a pivot on it.
Yes, that's right.
And you know when Mark Golden get up in a parliament and talk about this and about the zinc fence girl thing,
Mm-hmm.
why bring it back down to it when he said it must be done.
Yes.
Once and for all, Jamaican people need to get freedom, peace, at the pie.
There you go.
And this government now what tell we say in a bad mind, nobody may accuse him of it a female come out with it.
Yes.
So a long time then did bad mind the people them, and you know what kind of people then did bad mind? Female people them, and it all come down to color, and it all come down to class, and it all come down to where we are talking about slavery defendants.
Yes.
Nothing else more.
Yes.
So them bad-minded people, them from year one, from 1938, them bad-minded people, them, because after slavery abolished, it is in the history book, mystic. We learn it.
Yes.
It was taught to us that they did not want us to get the land, even though they did get paid for we.
Thank you, my sister.
Then get paid for we for free labor, and then get paid from the British government for them business, which was black people, slave descendant. So where the house them did they? Where the slave quarters did they? Remember, I know up in the bush, them the people them going on, not even on the plantation, then did stay some. You know who did mostly stay? The indentured servants them. And see them come become one first class over we. Me no afraid to talk.
Talk about things.
Chinese people them again in them a problem because they did get they little corner shop. And you know, see the East Indian man because he used to walk and sell in ram goat and in cow. But no, we didn't get nothing. But we left and go up in the hill and the bushes, go build with a tattoo. And know that it is something but they know they want to control it after it. Over with dead body.
Exactly.
Before this honor mistake.
Get before this honor.
Before this honor.
Yes, my sister. Yes, my sister. Thank you. Wonderful input. So let me just begin with Sister Maria. Sister Maria, here you go. You have a 2010 letter, right? As it relates to, right, on the side of New Falmouth Resort, saying that they made effort, right, in terms of wanting to sell the land, right, to these people. However, in 2012, when the PNP came in, the PNP had made over 3 attempts and they refused. Don't you see it highly hypocritical? What say you, Sister Maria?
Not only is it highly hypocritical, it is questionable. Because if you were so willing to sell the land in 2010, then you should have gone ahead with it, you know? So I cannot see how then 2012, which comes after 10,
yes,
you don't want to sell the land. That makes no sense. But before I even move on, you know, the Prime Minister said that when this was, he knows nothing about it. And when this was going on, he was never born, yet he was a boy. So now I want to know if he's a boy or a man, because I really can't tell the difference, you know? And speaking about the giving of crown lands to people who adversely possess. I notice when it comes to adverse possession, is only a certain class can use the term adverse possession and get away with it. But when poor people do it, they're called squatters. Don't think that this adverse possession is being utilized by poor people only. It's not so. A lot of MPs, current and former, ministers of government, current and former, use their power and their proximity to power to apply adverse possession to take away the lands from Jamaicans. Recently, and I can say because it is something Colin Bell from Portland Spice has said openly, and he said that the first piece of land that he purchased was in Ferry Hill, Portland, Eastern Portland. And he said that it's not only him, but there are other persons living on this property, which was adversely possessed. And there were constant runnings with the Urban Development Corporation, UDC. So to avert that problem, the then Prime Minister, P.J. Patterson, stepped in, had the land cut up and sold to the residents. Some residents sold their piece, others built on their piece, and they still have it to this day, right? And he said there was another piece across from that had the PNP one. They would have done the same thing, cut up the land and sell it to the persons who are living on the land. What I see this Andrew Holness administration doing was taking away prime lands from the people and sending them back onto the rocks, which Michael Manley had taken them off in the 70s when he did the land lease program, because he said you can't farm stone. So he gave, and remember now at that time, so many persons owned land, adversely possessed lands, and got away with it. And he took back some of that land and gave it to the persons through a land lease program. So many persons were able to use the land lease program to acquire land, to farm land, and to build their families, build homes, send children to school, through university and all of that, so that they can bring themselves out of poverty. And another thing too is Jamaica has a 60-year thing as it relates to crown lands. That is most adverse, because do you know that in the United States it is 5 to 20 years? In England it is 10 years. So England, which was the colonizer of Jamaica, has a 10 years. So clearly this 60 years is a vestige from the colonial era. Yes. So it can be changed. It can be rectified to meet the needs of now. And my question is, as to the Prime Minister, he says he's going to change the legislation, amend the legislation to make sure private and public lands are at 60 years. So I am asking him now, are you going to amend the legislation to make sure persons that members of parliament, former members of parliament, ministers of government, former ministers of government who adversely possessed other Jamaicans' lands because, one, they didn't have the money to go to court and get back their property. Are you going to make sure that those persons give up their right to those properties back to the people that they took it from? Because you cannot be doing it for one and don't do it for all, because adverse possession is not only a poor man's situation or an issue that affects the marginalized, it affects everybody. And if you, what you see, when you say landlessness, it's homelessness, Byron and Mystic, exactly. And Melting Pot. It's homelessness, because when he demolished those homes were demolished last Tuesday. These were people's lives that were disrupted, Byron.
You're perfectly right.
They were made homeless. So he's wanting to see the land, but with the people on the land is what gives it value. Yes. And where the land is located. And like the caller said before, it was bush. It is cutting and making a highway through it that now made it prime real estate. And now that it has become prime real estate, these people no longer have any right to it. And as a lot of persons have said, the current member of parliament campaign gave them building materials to build on the land. And now they're taking it back from them. So you see, people have to really rise up and stop allowing themselves to be used by politicians. Stop fighting over 2 pieces of KFC and a $5,000. Demand more. Command the respect of these politicians, because at the end of the day, the Jamaican people are the ones with the power.
All right. Let me just bring in Melting Pot with the sledgehammer. Brother Melting Pot, we have seen a letter as it relates to the lawyer, right, for New Falmouth Resort, right, so-called, had written a letter to Horace Chang, right, showing intent that, they want to sell the land, right, to the people. But yet, Melting Pot, we have seen that was done 2010. Now, 2012, when the People's National Party came in power, right, they wanted to purchase the land, you understand, made 3 attempts. And the very same people who wanted or who claimed that they wanted to sell the land to the people in 2010, they refused. Talk to us, Melting Pot, as it relates to, obviously, you can see the connection between them working in tandem with the government to put the holes over people's eye to steal the people land. Talk to us, Melting Pot.
Dr. Hyde and Jekyll's all over again. Yeah. No 2 ways about it. Yeah, because you see this back and forth with this piece of land, you know, say a criminal affair involved, you know. Yeah, because if you want to sell the land, okay, fair enough to the people, and you had an injunction then, yeah, that, you know, didn't give you the access to sell the land to the people. Yeah. But then the People's National Party come in and want to buy the land and still have obstacle. How that look? And you want to sell the land, you know. Now you have a purchaser, willing and able, and the purchaser is the government. But what happened again? The land was not up for sale, dispute. But me tell you something now. You see in Jamaica, the whole connectivity with the people and the government, yeah, is very far apart. There's no connection. Apart from when voting time come, I see them come around. Yeah? And our people not learning over the years that there's a gap between where they go and see them again. And within that gap, a lot of things can take place that can affect your life and your future. Yeah? So what it is, we must know all government accountable to administrating on behalf of the massive of people and not just themselves and them party. Until we get that right in Jamaica, we will always have these problems. All when we're 60 years old as a country, yeah, we're going to have this problem. Now, if you look at what the government has done, this particular government has raided NHT, yeah, to the fact that NHT now cannot build house anymore. Yeah, NHT is just an agency that take people contribution and does not deliver where housing is concerned. Because that 11.4 billion, you know, I go and tell Antoine this. You say if you care for your people and New Trelawney Resort or Falmouth Resort where them want them come into question and then build them hotel there. And say for instance, no, you know, want a shanty town around it. Use the money from NHT and develop that area as a nice residential community, so it have an ambience that fulfill the image of the resort and the beach facility. You can't just have beach and have people live around the beach. Yeah? How far are you going to carry the hotel them inland? Because if the people them can't live close to the hotel, you know, then simply mean that you have aim to develop more inland wards where hotel is concerned, and that will happen. Because our people must have rights to the crown land. Yeah, and the crown land must be for the people. It can't be for investors outside of Jamaica coming in and owning these land and a fictitious deal where government get kickback and government are willing to displace the people from the land, yeah, for these new investors. Now, as you hear the caller say, when the land was in a bush, you know, them not a problem, you know. That's why the people in there so long and comfortable. The fact that them cut road now, it become prime land.
Really?
Prime land. And we see where Mitchell Charles do it in a St. Thomas with taxpayers' money. I cut road through our fatherland where nobody no live and neglect the place where the people them live. Rosemary Shaw come out, come talk about it, you know. So these are the policies that the Jamaica Labour Party continue to roll out across Jamaica. Yeah, and Jamaican people must banish this party once and for all. Yeah, this party has nothing in store for the people of Jamaica. Yeah, because the party, as we all know, it aligned to capitalism. Capitalism is the big boys throwing the weight around with money. Michael Mann, they talk about it. The giant of the world want to conquer the world with money. And we know who are the giant, the capitalists. Yeah, so we know as Jamaican who has been through the struggle, yeah, of slavery and colonial rule, we have to make sure now that we retain what our national heroes have fought for and left us with to survive through all the years ahead of us. We cannot relinquish that and give it back. We cannot do that. If we do that, then we'll be doing a disservice to our national heroes, disrespecting the blood that they shed to free us out of slavery. And we should not allow any government in Jamaica to introduce slavery in modern 21st century, where you see people living like animals outside in Jamaica for the past year and plus now, yeah? Where the government has treated them with scant respect and scant regard for their life, yeah, and how they live. And it becomes a norm now, where you don't have Beryl and Hurricane Melissa. You have Hurricane Holiness. Waving a cyclone across communities in Jamaica, flattening them territory, yeah? Displacing people from their original life of being enclosed to being outdoor.
All right.
And when you look, I see this little young 3-year-old baby and her mother, but I know holiness don't come out and reach out to them people and say nothing, because holiness I wait for a 9-year wonder, you know, something like that, you know. But me I make it know say this never happen. The situation that currently exists, yeah, a Cooper Spain, it don't warrant a 9-year wonder. This is something that will be engraved in Jamaica history as it unfolds under this leadership and this kleptocratic regime led by Andrew Holness. Yeah? This is something we are going on. You see, like how we can't stop member about Evelyn Tide fire. We not forget about this. Yeah? Andrew Holness is to be held accountable for this. Me not ask nobody. And when you look on who is at the center, yeah, of the controversy, you have Holiness, you have Dr. Crab Strong, yeah, you have Lollipop Jar, yeah, you have Trover Hamilton, you have the Commissioner Google too, yeah, you have him, you know. So when you look and see everything we are going, it's a GLP led administration, demolition, yeah? And them want to throw the spanner in the works and incriminate all the contractor them who have the vehicle, equipment, them mash down the place, struck them off a company, register and all them things there. That's a foolishness. That's not going away.
Exactly.
We not buy into that. We not so naive to buy into that. Yeah? We not stupid around our holiness. We know you like to throw a spanner in our works when time things look bad for you. Yeah, because he's a no-caring guy, you know. And you know the ramification of where the backlash where you get, but you don't care. Because you see what you want to feel, you have to get it because you want Jamaica. Yeah? But let me tell you this, from me I grew up, are you alone me here with that name, the holiness? That not common in Jamaica. We don't fight the struggle of slavery. We don't refugee in our place. That's why you're not a rightful father, you know. You're the only prime minister go around the world with 3 men claim you. You see, a nastiness on your journey, man, you know brought up good, man. You're a low-life kind of cannibal who like to eat your own people, You understand? So we are make what people know, say, you see, going forward, don't come off on the land where the government try to come take on off because una the government. Yeah? No make no boy come running off on the land where they depend for donkey years. Because there is reason that you people should have gotten your title long time ago. And I go and tell you this, you don't miss the boat, you know. You see, if you look swarm the PMP and just give them the vote, land would have come on the way like rice grain.
All right.
You don't have them problem, I know.
Yeah,
So
use
to try
another
know that.
wrap up because we have
Yeah.
a lot to uncover. So use another.
You the people, are contriving to your own demise by following a garbage party that does not care for black people. It's a white supremacy party. White supremacy party acting in an African country. Don't be tricked, don't be fooled, don't be blinded. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, blessings there. And on the juggle, let me just have the caller, right, speak to us. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Yes, blessed time of the evening.
Blessings.
Madam Mystic, Mystic, Father Mystic, Mr. MP, Miss Daisy.
Bless up, sir.
I'm gonna set on a few things here quickly, Mr. Byron.
Yeah, talk to us.
Let me set this. Here's a few stages I'm telling you first. Notice Andrew Onis. He have no interest in a lot of things, so he let it go right to get rid of them. Let's look at water. Water will be privatized. Hospital, that will be privatized.
That's true.
Housing, he does nothing on it. That will be privatized. Transportation, that will be privatized. Now, the next one, which is not immune from this land thing, and he does nothing on it, he's neglecting it so bad, right? And I hope these people is preparing themselves. Let me set the stage for how I'm going to introduce this. A few years ago, Mr. Mystic, like within the late 70s, late or early 80s, the Israeli did a study on Jamaican soil. They say Jamaica soil, you only need a square of Jamaica soil to farm and become millionaire. Now, I'm just setting this stage to tell farmer they are not immune from losing property. Look, in America, the farmers are losing property because you have super corporation buying up those properties and start to do what? Mega farming. Now, you notice Andrew and with everything now super and mega. Who is in Jamaica with him now?
Israelis.
They want those farming. They already did their studies and they know the capability and what it can turn them. Who want transportation? Who is highly interested in transportation? The Indians. Remember that. So this is one big corrupt government. They are syndicates of mafioso.
But let me ask you something, Carla. Carla, I want to say something in terms of what you're saying, because what you're saying is very interesting, and I do believe in what you are saying as it relates to what Andrew Onis is doing. But like the hoteliers, right? How does that serve Jamaica interest? Because when we talk about the amount of billions of dollars, right, annually that the hotel, right, is making, however, you just have less than 20% of what the hotel is making is circulating in the economy. That doesn't make any sense for us. For all these persons, external persons coming in, right? And we automatically losing our sovereignty under that circumstances that you shape, right? But again, the money that they are making, the so-called profit that they are making is not circulating in the economy. So what sort of idea that Andrew Onis is coming with? Isn't that Andrew Onis that it is clearly not working in the interest of the Jamaican people? What say you?
He don't care. It is working for him. That's all Andrew Onis and his syndicates of people believe in. Whatever worked for them, he don't care if it worked for the people.
Okay.
That's why he tried to always push people out. He don't care for them. He care for him. He's all about super. How many people in Jamaica can put up a hotel? Nobody can put up a hotel in Jamaica. Who live in Jamaica can put up an hotel? How many people in Jamaica can take over the water? You can privatize the water too. How many people in Jamaica you can privatize the hospital too? So Andrew Onis don't care about people.
He cares about himself and his cronies. And his cronies sure not Jamaicans, other than the syndicate that he worked with.
And that is so true.
That's simply set.
That is so true, Carl. Powerful information there.
So, farmers, please, that of you are still on lease property and government property farming, they will be coming to you. You will be next. He's not interested in food security. And the new hotels that he's putting up on those super city, the food that the mega farmers gonna provide, that's where they will be going. So he's doing it for them, not for the Jamaican people. So look and wait. He's coming at you fast. Thanks a lot, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. No, thanks a lot to you, because I mean your input is solid. Very, very, very solid. Love that. All right. Blessings, my brother. Now, let us show you how diabolically mendacious, right, Andrew Holness, right, and those who are defending Andrew Holness are, how diabolically mendacious they are. Now, we see the fleet of policemen, the helicopter hovering over Cooper's Pen. And here is Andrew Holness. Listen to Andrew Holness. Listen to me. As if, we don't have any intelligence. Listen to Andrew Holness. Listen to him.
You know that there is a raging conversation going on now about a particular community in Trelawney. The incident is quite concerning, and many of the images that we have seen are disturbing. My heart goes out to the families who have been dislocated. I see a particular image of a newborn and the mother being displaced. These are the tragedies of our history. And it is one thing that history does, is to repeat itself. And
I want people to take notice in terms of what Andrew Holness said, right? Describing the 3-day-old baby exposed to the element. And he said that one thing history does is to repeat itself. What Andrew Holness said there hit home to me, because he reminded me of the Edentide homes, where the Jamaica Labour Party administration burned down the homes of the elderly, killing over 150 elderly persons. Jamaica Labour Party administration has done this. So what Andrew Holness is displaying here is no sense of remorse. As a matter of fact, skillfully, he is reminding you who the Jamaica Labour Party is. He's reminding you, he's raising that consciousness with you that history repeat itself. The killing of many of our Jamaicans, and if the Jamaica Labour Party can burn down homes in killing our elderly just to gain political mileage, Andrew Holness is telling you, walk careful. This is what Andrew Holness is saying. Mighty God of Daniel.
I am committed to ensure that our history is not repeated, which is why.
Now, you see how he's twisting? He just said that history repeated itself. And in few little lines, he's now saying that he's committed to ensure that history is not repeated. Contradict him oneself in the very same statement before he move on to another statement. Listen to it.
I am unequivocal and very clear in not endorsing squatting and the illegal occupation of land.
Unequivocal and very clear. What Andrew Wallace is saying with that. That what happened at Burner Lodge, as it relates to the house being hit down and how they had treated the people, right, is telling you that if you continue squatting, that is what you are going to get. If you notice, Andrew Wallace have not spoken about the cruelty and the lawlessness that occurred at Cooper's Pen as it relates to police officers, right? And thugs that went in 3 o'clock in the morning to demolish people's homes with helicopter over the helicopter hovering over, and not only that, false imprisonment, and have these men handcuffed without charges. Do you hear the Prime Minister make one sentiment towards that? Listen, people, listen.
As your Prime Minister, I have been unequivocal and very clear. I do intend to address the specific matter when I have the full details of the matter.
Rubbish.
I want you to listen keenly. If Andrew only speaks one time as it relates to the issue of landlessness, I want you to listen to him keenly. If Andrew Holness had spoken to the issue of landlessness and what his administration is going to do to address it, listen. Not one time that the Prime Minister speak of landlessness. Listen.
The matter is quite complex and it involves court rulings for which I need to be properly advised on those court rulings before I speak.
Court rulings, kangaroo court, kangaroo court. How can a judgment decided when you have no validation, where New Falmouth Resort had any documentary evidence of final purchase to the property? You, Andrew Holness, right? You have every single so-called, might be, document for your house at Beverly Hills. I know that when you purchase the land with the SSL money, I know that you use Patrick Bailey to purchase the land. So let me ask you a question. Because the men who involved with New Resort, right, Limited, let me ask you a question. It is not the first time that they are doing business. Some of them, you understand, lawyers and so forth. And the way how this business crafted as it relates to New Falmouth, without any documentary proof of purchase. Let me ask a question, Andrew Holness. Do you have any documentation for the house that you built at Beverly Hills? And can you show proof of that document where you can stand and say, okay, it is my house or it is my home and here is the land title. Patrick Bailey ensure that was done. Then you tell me, New Falmouth, right? Who have some big people in society, some who are acquainted with the government. Why they have no proof of any receipt, final receipt, to show to John public that they indeed make final payment on the property. And then answer this question, Andrew Honest. Why the man's son is fighting them in court today? Answer those questions. Kangaroo court and political influence as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party administration. Let us hear you.
I do intend to, however, address the matter. As soon as the matter occurred, and it was brought to my attention, I had no prior knowledge of it. None of our ministers, certainly not the member of parliament.
You have no prior knowledge of it. And the land agency under your portfolio. You have no prior knowledge of this, Andrew Honest, where the entire Area 1 had been called out. So you are going to tell me, or you are telling the Jamaican people, that the Jamaican Constabulary Force is taking on issues like this without the Minister of National Security being informed and without the Commissioner of Police being informed? I never know that the Jamaica Constabulary Force can act independently, you understand, executing demolition, them serious type of demolition without the Commissioner of Police having any awareness, without the Minister of National Security having any awareness. Remember that Horace Chang is the political head for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He is the Minister of National Security. And providing that he was informed, you are going to be automatically informed, plus land agency under your portfolio. So then what are you telling the people of Jamaica? Is that you're grossly incompetent? That things like this can happen and you don't know about it? So either. It is a shame on your shoulders. For one, if you don't know anything about it, then you are grossly incompetent. Because the Jamaican Constabulary Force is acting loosely. And where the Minister of National Security doesn't know anything. And so then the Commissioner doesn't know anything. The Jamaican Constabulary Force just, you understand, just act independently, act unilaterally, without the oversight structure. What can go so? So here you are telling lie, right, to the entire Jamaica. Listen.
I got a call very early in the morning, quite surprised, and immediately we mobilized resources from ADPEM and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
So how you get so called so quick and then immediately you mobilize things from ADPEM and blah, blah, blah. As if that was anticipated for. Because basically that's how it seems to me. That an anticipation, you understand, with those items as it relates to the cut, right? And those tent that you have gotten from the Japanese, which again reveal the viciousness of your administration. That you have gotten these tent, you understand, to be issued to people who suffer, right? To people who suffer, and you have not issued it. Look at that. Look at that. And your people are sleeping under apple tree just now. So then, I mean, where the priority lies? You hold on those tents while hundreds of people still looking up in the element. Where the common sense lies? So are you telling us that you're a nonsensical government? Now let us hear you.
Because technically it was a disaster. Luckily, we were very frugal and responsible in how we used the materials that we were able to respond with. We never use off what we didn't need to use off. So what we got in aid and support and what we bought in stock, we never wasted. We put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strikes, whether it is hurricane or
pause it right there for me, please.
Dislocating exercise, we are
well, on Sister Mara, let me show something as it relates to the entire Area 1, where people can understand the Area 1 You understand what we are talking about? That there's no way, you understand, that the Area 1 can be engaged and Andrew Holness don't know about it. So let me just show this, Sister Maria, before you comes in. Here it is, Jamaican people. Let me show you what. Okay, let us share this. Let us share this so you can understand. You understand the entire Area 1. Let us show you what is the entire Area 1. Here it is. The Jamaica Constabulary Force Area 1 Police Division covers the western region of the island. It is led by an Assistant Commissioner of Police and include 4 distinct geographic and operational parish divisions. There's no way you know this, Andrew Holness. Covered parishes and divisions. St. James Police Division headquarter around Montego Bay Freeport. Westmoreland Police Division headquarter around Savlamar. Hanover Police Division headquarter around Lucy. And Trelawney Police Division headquarter around Falmouth. Under no circumstances, Andrew Holness, that you would know this. This is the entire fleet of Area 1. Yes, let us go to Sister Maria, what Sister Maria has to say.
Anne-Marie, is it possible you can just rewind to the part where he talked about they were frugal and responsible? Just that little part right there.
We are able to respond to the people.
Yeah.
And be able to respond in the humanitarian crisis that has been created. There is a longer term response that is necessary.
Okay, all right, you can stop. You can stop.
There are some of
this is the part that really drove me up the wall. And the Prime Minister said that had they not been frugal and responsible with what they received for Melissa and wasted it. Now the word wasted is what the operative word there for me is wasted. So he is saying that the people of Jamaica who need the resources, the donations that were sent there, had he given it to them, then it would have been a waste. Remember now, they are sleeping under tarpaulin in their cars. People are still affected by Melissa, even from burial. And the Prime Minister said they were being frugal in keeping what they get. And some of what they bought, they kept it when there were people in need of it. How callous and cold a human being can this man be? That is, and then, and here's the thing, while you were speaking there, Baron, I thought about Bob Marley's song "Ambush in the Night," and Andrew Holness's administration is like ambush in the night. And listen to these lines for me and see how it applies right now. So they're bribing with their guns, spare parts, and money, trying to belittle our integrity. They say what we know is what they teach us, and we're so ignorant because every time they can reach us through political strategy, they keep us hungry. And when you're gonna get some food, your brother has to be your enemy. So the people of Cooper's Land become the enemy of the people in the West who needed those tents immediately when they received. They needed them, Byron and Mystic, and Melting Pot. They needed them. They kept them. And this man-made disaster created by the Andrew Holness administration, they now provided those same tents that those people in the West needed and gave it to the people at Cooper's Pen. How do you think those people who are still on the tarpaulin must feel seeing that the government did this? You see how they engineer the kind of hardships that these people are seeing? And that is why I say this man is beyond evil.
All right, hold on.
Do this to the Jamaican people.
Hold on, Sister Maria. Let me strengthen your argument as it relates to people who are suffering right now. Because Andrew Holness claimed that he has to frugal. He has to frugal. And look what Andrew Holness frugalness bring. Look at these people. People who need 10 can't get it. People who suffered. Look at this. Where Andrew wants to talking about he has to be frugal. Look at this, my Jamaican people. Look at this.
Chairman, so few long me I go and suffer, man, me just go and live with it, you know.
So under a tree, in the same apple tree we show you, under them there. You understand? See what left there? He must put zinc over it and cover it up. So I think it's a plan, guys.
Yeah, I no one can help me forward, and me no rape for nobody, and me no beg nobody, you know, me no have a social friend. I no keep nobody company, I want just roll still, you know. The right people, and just go and live by myself, and I want cheer, you know. Looking around, alright, just have a locate, man, looking around.
So in there, no peace.
Wow.
You can't this.
Yeah, blow down my house and leave me and I cheer, man. So
Andrew,
me go and suffer, man. Me just
right?
go and live.
If any of the Jamaica Labour Party lab rats are looking at this, right? This is how frugal you
and
are.
Responsible.
This is how frugal and responsible you are. That you get
And Byron, would it have been a waste to provide that man with a tent to keep him? Because it was an emergency, you know. Would it have been a waste? And I'm not putting words in the premise. I'm using the word he said. He said had he wait, it would have been a waste. So he didn't waste it. He didn't waste it. So would it have been a waste to have given this man a tent when he needed it and a cot? That is the level of evil.
So Metin, but I want you to come in here. Right there. The Prime Minister is talking about he has to be frugal, he has to be responsible. Right? And yet, you have the gentleman to can show you, right, being damaged by Melissa over 10 months, living the way he's living under inhumane condition, and the Prime Minister of the tent, and don't give that man not even one. Talk to us, Metin.
Well, you know, Andrew just come out a lie once again, you know, and that thing will get me, you know, a bit paranoid when this guy come out and speak in the manner how him speak when him address situation in Jamaica. Yeah, because just pure lie once again. This guy chat shit out time mouth. Yeah. You can't have your people them in an emergency crisis and you use a selective process to deal with them. It must be an overall thing or nothing where I'm concerned. Yeah. Because you see the people who donate into Jamaica, they weren't selective, you know. They just give wholeheartedly to the cause. Yeah, and we have this garbage, yeah, who has been mashing up a country for a mighty long time, more than a decade. Yeah, making ruling over such decision. Now you hear him come out and lie and talk about he wasn't in awareness. Yeah, or the Cooper spend demolition. Yeah, that simply means that all this nastiness do, you know. It's just rubber stamp when we say the country is a banana republic state because the crime minister don't know where going in the country. The whole flu. You tell me. So this guy on the rubber stamp when me and Byron run here and knock it and I tell the whole world says a banana republic state we have out there. Because the state resort being deployed in such a massive numbers. 500 odd security men and women. Yeah, giant military operation with state-owned resource like cars and helicopter. But the nasty crime minister we have done, let's say, don't know nothing about it. But then it's not being investigated as a crime. Because they're not looking for nobody, you know. But it's a wide-scale operation that cannot be orchestrated unilaterally. We already highlight the people and identify who are at the center of this controversy. Yeah? And if them want to widen the base, then so be it. But we call the 4 more senior people who we know involved in this. You understand? But the crime minister come out now as spew donkey poo out time out.
All right.
Him not talk to nobody, you know, with sense, you know. So he might get too mad. And we have said them things have to stop in our country. We need transparency. And all this man under the apple tree, him need emergent assistance as I'm speaking right now. It's a callous injustice on the part of the government of Jamaica to treat a fellow Jamaican like this for this long duration of period. And I yield back the floor.
Blessings. All right, now, people, I want you to know, just kick back and relax in terms of what we are going to prove here tonight. We are going to prove here tonight that Andrew Holness, right, involved in land grabbing, some serious land grabbing. One of Andrew Holness' lawyers is also working with Andrew Holness, you understand, to remove people's name, right, as according to the allegation from the land agency. Now, listen to me, this is very serious. Now, let me just get into certain situation in terms of evidence that we all know that Andrew Holness came out and accused people wrongfully without any investigation about Bernard Lodge. The Prime Minister did not investigate. As a matter of fact, the person who involved in Bernard Lodge is a close associate to the Prime Minister. Close associate. Now let us show the evidence. Now let us get into this, right? Criminal investigation launched into illegal land sales in Bernard Lodge. Now we're going to show you something, Jamaican people. We are going to show you definitely as it relates to what Andrew Holness have been doing, right? Using under the camouflage of so-called development. And you know what I do, people? This time around, I said, you know what? Let me take this from nationwide. That means we are not sowing any seed of misinformation and disinformation. Here it is. Criminal investigation launched into illegal land sales in Bernard Lodge, Jamaica. The Prime Minister, associates, and a close friend is the person who is responsible for the land sale in Bernard Lodge. But here the Prime Minister, listen up. Let me just play this.
Government has drawn the line in this matter of the illegal selling of government lands. We will bring an end to this large-scale land scam that is taking place with a tacit understanding that through political connections or otherwise, titles will be forthcoming for land that has been falsely sold.
Now let us play on.
This is tantamount to obtaining a pecuniary advantage by deception, whereby criminal enterprises purport to give permission to build on public and indeed private lands. This is a dangerous happening, and as a country, we must be united and take a stand against this pervasive criminal activity and stop it from taking root.
Jamaica, it is the same Prime Minister, you understand, who involved in the very same thing that the Prime Minister is talking against, you know. We are going to show you, know. The very same thing that the Prime Minister is talking about here, you know, is the very same Prime Minister who involved in it, you know. Jamaica, a bang around tonight, you know. Oh, no, listen more, listen now.
Madam Speaker, right across Jamaica, we have been receiving reports of land scams. Mount Edgecombe in St. Anne, Member of Parliament, has been bringing it to my attention and the former Minister of Housing's attention about it. I have you right there, Neesbury Grove and Thetford in St. Catherine, Retirement and Providence in St. James. These are areas in which we have reports on, and we have tasked MOCA and the JCF to investigate these scams and bring to book all those persons. Some of them are known and politically connected, regardless of their political connection on both sides.
Now, Jamaica, I am saying that the Commissioner of Police needs to do his work, you know. Because if the Commissioner of Police does his work, is Andrew Holness first is going to be arrested, you know. Hold on them. I'm going to show you the evidence, people. Don't listen.
So I'm saying to them, come to the SCG, and you have to come with clean hands. You have to tell us. Tell us how this happened. It's not our intention to deprive you of your lovely house. We don't want to do that. But we have to, in the process of regularizing this situation, if that is going to happen, We have to understand how it happened. But more than that, remember what I said about...
Bubbles now I expose him. Now, Jamaica, watch this. Look where we are going. To show you how wicked and vicious the Prime Minister is. Look for the person who charge. Bring it up, honey, and show them the person who charge for the illegal selling of the lands. Look at the person who charge Jamaica. Listen here.
This evening with a developing story. A school principal has been charged for a number of breaches in relation to the unlawful sale of lands in the Bernard Lodge area of St. Catherine. And police sources say Sulin Ward Brown has been charged with the breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, POCA, Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act, and the Common Law Conspiracy to Defraud. TVJ News also understands that there are at least 3 other persons of interest in relation to this matter, and the investigations are ongoing. Now, several persons have forked out hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase the illegal lands. Recently, unfinished structures were demolished while the Prime Minister last week encouraged the owners of the finished homes to cooperate with investigators.
Look on this now, people. So then let us ask a question. Did the Prime Minister do any investigation as it relates to who involved, or the Prime Minister just come out and a wimp, you understand, and start to speak? Or the Prime Minister, you understand, under the disguise, acting as if, you understand, he's protecting the land, while it is the Prime Minister friend who really stealing the land and selling the land. Oh, no, look on these people. Look on the Prime Minister friend. Look on the association. Let me show you. Let me show you. Look at this now, people. See it here. Here's the evidence. See the Prime Minister. See the Prime Minister and Subilin. See it here. See the Prime Minister here and see the principal here who steal the land and who charge, and Andrew Holness make sure say, you understand, the court let her go. See it here. Prime Minister, the most honorable Andrew Holness right, is led on a tour of the Jamaica China Goodwill Infant School in West Central St. Andrew by Principal Sulin Ward Brown, who charged by the police officers, right, to be stealing the lands, you understand, and selling them. Me want to know how much money Sulin Ward Brown give to Andrew Holness for all those land she had stolen and all those land she had sold. Because I ask a question. Sulin Brown, how much money did you give Andrew Holness? Any money? Right? Because remember, you're Andrew Holness' a best friend. And Andrew Holness went into Parliament and I tell lie. They tell lie. And I say, gunman are this and gunman are that. Right? When it is the Prime Minister best friend. See her here. See the evidence here. As she the sell the land and as she charge for. People we don't make up this. But we're going to get deeper than that. Take with this on it. We're going to get into some serious accusation now with the Prime Minister. So we show you that now. We are going to show you proof that other person accused the Prime Minister, right, to be stealing their lands. So it's not only Sulin Ward who connect to the Prime Minister. Other persons are accusing the Prime Minister, making an attempt to steal their lands. Look on this, Jamaica. Look at this. Let us play this clip. Let us dig for the evidence. Look at this.
The Miss Crooks Sergeant lady, where Andrew Holness and Brian Clark call you the day when they put off Norman Cushel off of my property. You is the one who do the investigation about that case then. You is the one you is the CIB. Listen me now. Remember, you already know your church sister named upon the property already too, which is my sister. And I hope, I don't know why you're waiting to come out and give arrest Mr. Norman Cushel and go lock up Brian Clark for the fraud we end up on the property and make Lucy Harbour House Limited on the property.
We still waiting, Miss Crooks. Okay? Lucy CIB.
All right.
Miss Crooks.
So let me ask you a question, Andrew Holness. Why we cannot know the new owner as it relates to New Falmouth Resort Company, and as a result of that, you kick New Falmouth Resort Company off of the registry? Who is the new face that is showing there? Why the new face cannot be mentioned? Why the new face cannot? Make we go further and play next clip. We are show evidence of Andrew Holness criminality, him and his lawyer, Brian Clark. Let us pick up the things then.
The investor man, when he am Norman Kushel, when me find him with fraud tiger, we show me present a fraud tiger for my property. When claim to say him buy the place 2007. Listen me now, Norman Kushel.
No, it is the very same thing that New Falmouth Resort is claiming that they pay for the place as it relates to Cooper's Pen. And throughout the court cannot prove the validity of any final transaction for purchase. So when we say it is a kangaroo court that took place in terms of giving, right, New Falmouth Resort, right, the land. Who are the persons who involved and persons who are acquainted with the government of Jamaica? Now, Jamaica, if you don't know this, New Falmouth, as it relates to a land and a property, is right parallel to Andrew Holness' house. Right parallel to Andrew Holness' house. We are going to show that. So we see the same pattern of behavior as it relates to what this man is saying, that your liar who have people connected in the land agency office and, you know, changing out people's name from out of title and all of them thing there and all of them slackness there, what them do. Where you involved in a several land grabbing. Right? Remember, say now we are saying that, no, me I said that, no, Melting Pot said that, see the man who would say it.
You are a liar and I'm going to sue you. Because listen, I want you to look on a date here, you know. You see that date here? And you see the address here? A general legal counsel that. And when you look on a date here, good, Mr. Kushel, 2015, that's when you say you own the place in 2007, this was a different owner and it is a Bars Association. So, I don't know how you get out General Legal Counsel and Bars Association. I don't know how you are going to get out of this, you know. See documents you want to send to me. Yeah, want to give me hearing date down a yard pass up there. Yeah, this is the investor man when he am Norman.
So you see the trickery, what I'm going with? Give the man hearing date pass up there when I'm going on. Now, Jamaica, I want to can't make up this, Jamaica, we not make up this,
Mighty God.
We they show the level of criminality that Andrew Holness involved in, You know, I'm bringing Melting Pot. Melting Pot, when I see all of these things, what Andrew Holness have been doing, him and him liar. What say you on the matter, my brother?
Well, let me tell the whole Jamaica this, yeah? And even people in the diaspora are connected to Jamaica. One type of investment the government in Jamaica do right now, and it's investing, finding where the people land are to sell them off. Yeah, they're not dealing with all that investment down there, I just land them a seek out. Now, this is why you have so much dispute about land and land ownership in the Andrew Holness administration, because this is something that they have been doing over a protracted period of time. You see where the Charles them have land, same way, fictitiously owned, no traceable document of purchasing the land. Yeah, where them come show it $1,000 for 1,500 acre land. Mighty God, that no look good. You understand? And then you see it now spread all over like wildfire. So it don't like tell you say this is where them, you know, a concentrate pan. Land is at the center of their investment. Yeah, they want to take the crown land them where people live on a settlement for over a period of time and sell them off to investors and then reap the spoils for themselves. Not for the benefit of the country, you know, for themselves. So this is a land grabbing administration, and we've been talking about it and highlighting it for a mighty long time around on the channel here. And I know we are telling Jamaican people them say the land grabbing administration in charge of the country, and a lot of Jamaican people will be displaced from land that they born and grew up on. Yeah. So it's not surprising to me in our mystic, you know. It's not surprising to man that the wilderness either. Yeah, at the Titan, you know who we are. Yeah, we know about this type of activity. Yeah, and it must be stopped and people must go to prison. Now here is this gentleman pointing out all the allegations surrounding Fimeland and what they want to do with it. Man, I give the man all court here to Saturday. Because at them style, them do it more than once. Yeah. Court date on a Saturday. And remember, you can't have an administration getting something as important as a court date wrong over and over. How many court dates to see them issue on a Saturday? Several. This is a mafia government that must be held in check. And people must go to prison because they are corrupted criminal in our country long time. Yeah? And you see this guy, Andrew Wallace, if Jamaica not get rid of him, you know, I take with Jamaica and get rid of Jamaica off of the face of the map. Me, I tell you no, it's a banana republic state I run for a mighty long time, and no country cannot run so. Yeah? No country cannot run under mafiaism. Yeah? No country should not be running with a guy who cannot be certified from 1998 people. Yeah, the ICM will pick him up 2021, but Melton Pot spot him from 1998. So him not certified. Him a big time 5-star criminal in our country. Yeah, and he has been running the Jamaica Labour Party under that portfolio as a criminal party, robbing the wealth of the country, mixing up in cocaine and all type of thing. People no look no man and see how the country has plunged into disrepute, man. In terms of all these high-level activities of criminality, contraband, land, drugs, gun, ammunition, you name it, 3 trillion public fund gone. Hey, the man wrecked the place, you know. The man desecrate the place. And so, what it will take is what you hear the young man in the video clip saying, yeah, that it want a 5-week shutdown of the country. Where one big boys them have to move him because them know him are the cause why the demonstration that take place in our country. You have to rise up against the whole of this administration and put him at the center of attention. Where everything is focused and directed at him. Him are the man in charge of the country. Him said to Mama P, so she responsible and she must take charge and be held accountable for what going on in the country. No, we have to put the shoes on Fim foot. Him have to wear it. You can't make him get out of it with this type of foolishness. When feel like say him have brain more than everybody and him is going to have nasty thinking dirty brother and Nancy. We go around and trick and tell lie and PR and soundbite. Eh? And mash up a little nice country with nice island. Eh? Privatize everything. Yeah, and you hear the caller earlier on calling and tell you one with them up on the list now for privatize, like all the bus where parties to bring back. Eh? The hospital, them, or you privatize the hospital in a little island. So what the taxpayers' money are doing? What the taxpayers' money is doing? Because when privatize all these things that government should be in charge of, then what are you taking the taxpayers' money for? So this is a big issue we're having in the country. And the man is so, you know, discombobulated in our head space that If them sister, the things that them bring to the people attention, it's going to expose them as criminal more and more. Because you privatize the thing, then you have to downscale my tax, you know. Yeah, you have to downsize my tax. But the man want tax from all eating on one vehicle. This is how bad this whole administration is. It rotten to the core. We can't have this Jamaica people. Tattoo, you might charge you for the man want the the man will all charge you for all your shadow next time. I saw him move. Yeah. Cause I'm gonna say, well, I want me I charge you for but me see two, me see your shadow, so I'm gonna charge you for your shadow. We can't have this guy for going now, man. We don't Jamaican people have to rise up now, you know. But don't say the cup of coffee too hot, you know, you know. Yeah, it's too hot, man. This can't drink, man. You understand? We have to come with a farm. We have to get rid of this guy before even the next general election. Come on, people. We carry this guy down to the next general election 4 years from now. We don't mad. We don't want to cancel Jamaica on the map. You have to go like now. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, now look on the Kanatis, Jamaican people. Make me look on the Kanatis one more time. Hear what the Kanatis has to say. Listen to him, right? To show you how vindictive and cruel this man is. Listen to what this man is saying.
That this is going on, and I have given directives to Minister Montague that one of the things that he has to pay close attention to is to ensure that government land is not depleted. Now, when I talk about government land, it's not my land. It's your land that the government holds in trust.
No, you hear what the Prime Minister said? When I talk about government land, it's not my land, but your land. The government all in trust. Then let me ask a question. If that is the case, then all the people in Bernard Lodge and all other people around the island, including Cooper's Pen, you are now trying to get them off the land. If it is their land. May I say what you're saying? It is the people land where you hold in trust. And the people now decide that, okay, all right. They just want to adverse possess because there is no possible other way out for them. Many of those who are paying contribution into NHT, you have crippled the NHT by taking $11.4 billion yearly. And so then the NHT doesn't have the capital injection to deliver low-income homes for the contributors who are paying it. But while you are speaking out of the left side of your mouth, that, okay, these lands are government lands belonging to the people as according to what you say. You and your friend them, Pernell Charles, Hutchinson. Pernell Charles take over 2,000 square
acres.
Hutchinson take what?
1,004.
1,400.
But I hear them take it back. I hear them take back the land from Ochi.
Right. So hold on. All right. So if we take back the land from Ochi, let me ask the big question. That means Ochi was wrong in the first instant to steal the land.
Yeah.
So when you take it back from Ochi, you are now telling Jamaica that Ochi was wrong to steal the land. And I show clear evidence that Hutchinson had stolen the land and so to take back the land from Ochi. So why not do it with Pernell Charles?
That may I say?
Eh? And why not do it with Andrew Wallace? Right? Because you have a whole heap of, hey, I'm glad that the Integrity Commission investigator, right, have you. Now, let me ask, as it relates to who lift the caveat as it relates to the Cooper spend property? Who lifted it? That is what we want to find out. Right? Because if the caveat is on, right, the title, then the demolition that you exercise should never be. That is unconstitutional. Let us play that.
Simpson Miller placed a caveat on the title for the lands that Cooper spent. That caveat is still here today. It means nobody can deal with this property without the consent of the sitting Minister of Housing.
Hold on, look, stop it right there, sir. Portia Simpson 2012. I could give some background and give some context. New Falmouth Resort claimed that they wanted to sell the land to the occupiers. So 2010, them draft up a letter. Right? The lawyer drafted up a letter, right, and addressed it to the Minister of Housing, who was Horace Chang, communicating an interest that they want to sell the land with persons who put out an interest to buy the land from them. Based on what we have seen, Horace Chang did not respond in terms of what we know. And the Dalios were New Falmouth and the government are play with the people. However, if New Falmouth Resort wanted to sell the land from 2010, okay, all right, 2 years after, the People's National Party went into power. And the People's National Party want to fight landlessness. And the People's National Party get immediately into the fight and decided that they want to purchase the land, right, for those people who are fighting this land court battle. Then let me ask, then New Falmouth Resort, if you wanted to sell the land at 2010, as you claim, no, in 2012, the government communicate an interest to purchase the land. So if you had so desired in 2010 to sell the property, why you refuse the People's National Party from purchasing the land? Make it make sense. And when we saw, right, the data came out talking about my father wouldn't have done that. Usher blasted mouth. Your father is a vampire, your father is a Dracula. The entire family own a Dracula. You and the government in concert to rob the original owner. So then let us show Jamaica the caveat. Here's the caveat. So the reason why you wanted to, as according to what you said, sell the land in 2010. Your refusal is what caused the People's National Party to place the caveat. Your refusal to sell the land. Right? Your refusal, yes, to sell the land. Here it is, Jamaica people. Here it is. Here's the evidence. So when you're coming out, showing a letter, here it is. See there?
And enlarge that a little more, sir. Yeah, nice.
Here's the caveat. Right? Here it is. Right? If you come down here, caveat number 1759455, lodged on the first day of May 2012 by the Minister of Housing, Estate, Claim, right? Equitable interest. See there now. And this search was done the 13th 8/26. The 13th of August, this search was done. You know. See there, you know, see the evidence there. You know. So simply mean they tell me that the caveat is still
in place.
In place.
Yeah.
This is the evidence is telling Jamaica that the caveat is still in place. So tell me now, you know, see the criminality, the clear criminality between New Falmouth and the Jamaica Labour Party administration.
Yeah, man.
Because you claim as it relates to the letter that you wanted was to sell the people. Lie. You concocted that.
Yeah, man. For real, them concocted that, man.
And here it is. That 2012, right? Portia Simpson administration found you 3 times in court and you play hardball. You play hardball. Because what you want? Maximum profit. Only on the JLP administration want.
Yeah.
Maximum profit. So this is how we catch you in our lies. Right? And now, make we read the final document for the night as it relates to 20-year land dispute. And we're going to ask a question because something are going on here, you know. Something are going on here, people. So make get back in a little history and show Jamaican people the level of criminality that is taking place as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party administration and New Falmouth, right? We could get into this now. See that? 20-year land dispute behind house demolition in Trelawney. Look how we are going to mash them up now, people. Look how we're going to mash them up now. Here it is. Now, nationwide news, right? Oceanwide. Understand that the land dispute that resulted in the homes of more than 30 families being demolished in Cooper's Pen, North Trelawney, and Tuesday began 19 years ago in 2007. Look at come now, look at dig down the history now. The area of the land in question is called Orange Grove. Dinah Davy reports. No, I'm not even going to play the audio, you know, I want to read it. The Orange Grove property in Cooper's Pen, North Trelawney, is owned by New Falmouth Resort Limited, where the kangaroo court, as it relates to the judges who were influenced by political influence, you understand, who had given them, right, the land without any proof of final purchase. We'll never hear anything like that. We'll never hear anything like that. Eh? The government influence and the political influence. On what basis that the land was given to New Falmouth, where New Falmouth cannot prove, have no record, have no document of final purchase. Wanna make it make sense? Wanna make it make sense? In 2007, company chairman Jane Chisholm filed a lawsuit against 99 individuals who were occupying the land without permission. Right? Now, 2010, Supreme Court Justice Donald McIntosh ruled in favor of New Falmouth Resorts and said, okay, all right, make New Falmouth Resorts own the land. And here it is now that New Falmouth Resorts lawyer now wrote Horace Strong, who was the then, right, housing minister at the time, right, saying that the people of Cooper's Pen communicated interest in purchasing the land. And you are asking the minister what the minister position was on that. Is he going to assist, right, in terms of purchasing the land for the people that who concocted it? You know? That the two who concocted it. You know? And where Horace Strong, no evidence where Horace Strong responded to you, you know. Whether or not to say, okay, all right, the government is going to, since an offer being made, and they want it at the market price. Remember, say Andrew only say he might keep the land in a way for the people. Remember, say Andrew only said that. You know. So if now, remember this, are the people that money are going, hold on, are the people that tax money are going to use, you know. You understand? And pay for the land them for the people, you know. Who get the offer, you know, as according to the 2010 letter, because the Supreme Court, Donald McIntosh ruled in full favor, you know. And on what basis she ruled in our favor, which you cannot verify, have no record, no receipt of final purchase from the original owner, you know. And that is why the original owner have in a court up until this time. Now, the court ordered an immediate recovery of possession and awarded the company 50,000 in damages against each defendant for trespassing. Now watch this now. The occupants later sought political intervention in 2012 under the People's National Party, PNP administration, through the then Minister of Housing, Dr. Omar Davis, and Minister without portfolio, Dr. Maurice Guy. Now for sure you know that the PNP now serious, you know. Right? The PNP now in the hanky-panky, you understand, and the land grabbing as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party administration, who concocted and cook up in concert with New Falmouth, you understand, for thief the original owner land, you know. So the PNP involved and say, all right, we want to purchase the land because in 2010, right, as according to what New Falmouth Resort is saying, that 2010, right, they wanted to find out if the then housing minister or a strong or the government position in terms of purchasing the land for the people then. The Jamaica Labour Party government have no communication, no interest, right, in terms of purchasing the land for the people. They want to steal it. The Jamaica Labour Party administration and New Falmouth want to steal the land. Now watch this now. The then PNP government declared the Orange Grove lands an improvement area under Section 6 of the Housing Act. So you saw the People's National Party now applying pressure. Now this was done to facilitate government acquisition of the property and possible regularization of the squatters through the Housing Agency of Jamaica. So here's what the PNP had done. Wanting to defend the rights of the people as it relates to adverse position and have sympathy as it relates to the humanitarian cause that the PNP surged themselves into it and wanted was to pay for the land. No, criminal New Falmouth Resort. Did you facilitate the PNP when the PNP made the offer? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. No, we don't have no interest to even sell the land from 2010. It is the works of you and the Jamaica Labour Party in concert want to steal the land from the original owner. Now, it is understood that the government attorney later returned to court seeking an injunction and a stay of existing eviction order. The PNP, they defend the thing straight out. Justice McIntosh rejected that application. The reason why she rejected that application, because she's a facilitator and being influenced by the Jamaica Labour Party to look left. He described it as an attempt to pervert the course of justice and an abuse of process of the court. How it is to be an abuse of the process of the court, where 2010 New Falmouth claimed that they wanted to sell the land because of the interest communicated by the occupiers. And the PNP now, they defend the thing and want now to buy the land. And under the Decay way, New Falmouth Resort don't sell them the land because them and the Jamaica Labour Party administration want to thief the land. May I show the people them what they go on. That boss no secret. Information reaching our news center is that further attempt by the Minister of Housing to block evictions was dismissed in 2014 by Supreme Court Justice Lennox Campbell. When you say the whole I want to cook up. The whole I want to cook up. So when Emily Shields, they come out and I say, it is not one judge, it is not two judges, it is roughly about 3 judges, blah, blah, blah. The whole of them cook up under the political influence of the Jamaica Labour Party administration to thief the land because Emily Shields, let me ask you a question, Emily Shields. Are you going to buy a land which you are not going to get a receipt? Let me ask you that, Emily Shields.
Enemy Shields.
Let me ask you that, Enemy Shields. Enemy Shields. Are you going to buy a land where you have no proof of receipt? Then tell me something, Enemy Shields. Now the same garbage, New Falmouth resort, take to court, giving verbalization, no evidence, no record, no receipt, no evidence, none at all, that they fully paid for the land. So now, Enemy Shields, you are now saying and defending these culprits, these criminals who have no evidence of a total purchase. Talk to me, Emily Shields. The matter proceeded to the Court of Appeal, which in May 2016 upheld the ruling against the government. Remember, at the same cooking up, they go on against Paul Buchanan. Carry go one court, let me go to backdrop and let me go to comparison. The same cooking up at the court system, wanting to maintain Andrew wholeness. And even although the evidence from Paul Buchanan is overwhelming, the judges look left and one court look left. So when Enemy Shields are run about one judge and 2 judge and one court turned on Buchanan, a 2 court now turned on Buchanan. And let me ask you, Emily Shields. Let me ask you, Enemy Shields. Paul Buchanan no have the evidence. The strong evidence where none of the 2 court choose not to look on those evidence and look left. But not the same thing what go on. Enemy Shields and the same thing happen with them at 3 judges who defend corruption and get kicked back under the table to make a decision. Just like how now try to hold out and black out Paul Buchanan. But we talk about the truth now. It is understood that despite the legal victory secured by New Falmouth resorts, the occupation of the property increased during and after the court proceedings. This made it difficult to enforce eviction orders against large squatter settlement. Now in the early pre-dawn hours of Tuesday, when you come listen to the criminality now, where Andrew Holness, Horace Chang, the Commissioner of Police, Tova Hamilton, cook up on the poor people them now, send out them killing team, and which part Andrew Holness have over 55 men out of his constituencies, load them in a 2 coasters bus for go down to Cooper's Pen with sledgehammer for hammer the people them. Take the car down here. Take the car. Me just show you the level of criminality. Andrew Holness, you want to come tell me about the 2 coasters bus, 2 coaster buses that departed your constituency to go down to Cooper's Pen? Let me just talk to the caller here because I worry tonight. Me and them tonight. Yes, caller, Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. Good night, my brother.
You don't know me. I jungle is still, you know.
Blessings.
Yeah, I always listen to the program still and everything. My sister is an ex-police and everything. So my sister is a good investigator.
Thank you. A damn good one too.
Like you know, lose case, you know, but you know, lose like a whole in you know.
Exactly.
When you do your thing. You understand what I say?
Yes, man.
You have percentage to win, more and lose.
All right.
We don't know. We just listen up and things.
Yes.
I say, listen to Mr. Ratigan and things. All of them, man. They can't show me a joke. I mean, all of them. I'm going to get it. I just say, so we listen to Mr. Ratigan and all of them, man. Yeah, Mr. Ratigan say, I think, say, yo, them politicians now go to prison. Yes, I say?
Well, I am not going to
do your work.
Yes.
And if the police, the commissioner of police, do the work where you want to, the man is not going to prison, brother.
Exactly.
So that's why me and say, boy, you know, me like your benefits in you know, you understand it. You know the benefit where you have, you know.
Thank you.
For your country and you know. You understand, but as what we said, Mr. Ratigan, politician now go prison, brother.
Well, listen to me.
Politician, that's what I do, brother.
My brother, I can show you. Hold on, I can show you evidence.
You see the man have a dictator machine.
Yes.
Dictator machine, the man have, brother.
Hmm.
You talk about the big assassin is a dictator machine that, brother, when you start free.
There you go.
And to say, where the man get it from. You know, see the same way the man move. Like him.
Exactly.
Him, Donald Trump. The three of them, brother, I move the same way.
Yes, man. The criminal network.
In other words, right now, what the three man, them move that way there, in other words.
Yes.
The dictatorship machine. They say for them, that's why you hear them get up in the house. That's where you're going to stay all the while. On the opposition side. So I don't know what them have, the equipment where them have.
Exactly.
It's hard to pay win back, brother. Yeah, I tell you.
Well, watch you now. Watch me on social media, my brother. Watch me. And let me tell you something, my brother. Just watch me. You ever send them a prison, my brother?
You understand? But as well, Mr. Ratigan, so no politician now go prison from me a grow, brother. Me never 50. And from me a grow. Me not see none of them go prison, brother.
Well, me have evidence. Me have evidence of more than 7 of them, you know. We put through. Yes.
You commissioner police work, so.
All right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's why I'm asking them to see your work when you are put in just now. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, we not see it up. You understand me? You do your work like nobody now. Them big people there. Nobody now.
Well,
commissioner, you know what's coming here, you call for him.
Yes. Well, you know, let me tell you something. I am 100% certain that you understand. We are going to send several of them to prison. Just watch how we work, Carla. We know that might look long, but may I tell you something, Carla? Watch how we work. You understand? And believe in us. Just believe in us.
I want to ask Carla a question before him go, Mistake.
Yes, hold on, Carla. Melting Pot want to ask you a question. Carla, hold on there. Carla, hold on there. Melting Pot want to ask you a question. Go on, Pot.
Carla. Hello?
Yes, Carla. Yeah.
A Melting Pot is to talk to you. Yeah. You know, sir, a lot of people. No, I hear you good and clear. And my thing loud, you know. You know, I hear me good now.
Yeah, just I hear you now.
All right, top melting pot.
All right, you hear me, I say now. Me just want, as a junglist, you keep the fleet, you know. Because I see the work where we are doing on social media, right, you know, it have a whole government accountable, you know. If it don't hold them in this administration, it hold them in the new administration. Because Marky G now go ramp with them, you know. Remember them in the government now, them can't formulate them thing, and Andrew P up the judge them already, you know. Andrew P up the judge them already, you know, the razor pay where them get with there. So the whole of them are work for them supper and them get them supper already.
So when you hear the one who loves cuss and ray. And in the manners, what name, man?
Warmington.
Warmington?
Warmington. You never hear Warmington always about Mark Bowling, brother. I said, yo, that's where you're gonna stay. Them know.
Them can't use the Pegasus again, man. Me and Mystic expose that, man. That did a secret leading up to the general election last year. That can't use back again, you know.
Them use and see the thing. You see American security up now. What you think? Can't you ever use it and going up people election and all of them things?
Him can't use it again, man. Him cannot. Just believe in a way we are tell you, man. Believe in a way we are tell you around you. So him can't use that again.
All right, all right. Blessings, my brother.
And you have a for me. Yell up Bandy for me. Empower with Fred up at Old Trafford at Crossroad in front of the market. Yell up Bandy, my jungle is for me.
Brother. Blessings, guidance here.
Yeah, man. Pick up for yourself, man.
Blessings. Blessings.
Wife and everybody, man.
All right. Blessings. So here the crux of the matter now. Stop share that honey. Melting pot, because I'm going to make you come in and now and close the show. Here the crux of the matter now, melting pot. That the very same new Falmouth resort, guess what? They got kicked off the company's registers. Is another con this again, you know?
A con that, man.
Let me show you why it's a con, a melting pot. Because the new face that is now showing up on new Falmouth resort cannot publish it because Bangarang. So let me ask you a question. Who is the new face?
That me I know.
As according to the rules and regulation, it is saying that if the company cannot identify the original owner that owns the company, that is a breach. That is a breach. Now, let me ask a question, Melting Pot. Why would you own a company and you don't want to put
your name
to the company, Melting Pot? Why would you, if you are legitimate, what is it that you are hiding? Who is the new face? Because what we see, apart from the new face, we see that new Falmouth Resort has a property parallel to Andrew Owner's house. What is going on? Talk to us, Melting Pot, as I close out the show for us.
Cronyism at its highest, you know? And I mean, this is, you know, always attributed to the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, I saw them operate. And when you see all them three judges there, you know, a three criminal judge were buy out already, you know. Yeah. Working for Falmouth Resort. A three criminal judge. Yeah. And even the one that you see against Paul Buchanan, a criminal judge them there. And at them one that we have them people. You hear me always talk about civil society people. And them me I talk about. We have a whole heap of them for send to prison. Yeah? For breach of the Bar Council Act. You understand? Acting in impunity against the law, the rule of law. You understand? And in favor of a criminal guy called Andrew Wallace and his administration. And anything to do with the Jamaica Labour Party, the judge them a work for them. Because Andrew make sure give them work. Them work of money, you know. I cost taxpayers billions of dollars to run a criminal empire. So what we are looking at now is them people that forgot prison when the right time come. Enough comrade now feel like so the right time now will come. The right time must come. Mark G, the blessed man, and Mark G word shall not go in vain. The right time must come, comrade. Yeah, we can't look for Andrew administration, send none of them people that got prison. And Mark Jefferson Golden administration shall be doing that side of the work. Sending these criminals to prison when the right time come. We feel like them bigger than the line of Jamaica and them can't just do things and get to it. To them a legislator, to them a member of parliament. No man, we have some man, we crush that man. This guy I'm put a power with Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu till tomorrow come. Him still have to go to prison. When Mark G take over the reign. Yeah? Them garbage, yeah. I find themselves behind bars. I remember Jamaica reap back most of the spoils with them thief. Yeah? Because there is no way a guy can claim say him own land, but him no have no final purchasing order of the land. Him not a document for proof say him own the land. Yeah, but him a claim say him own land. No, him do that because him have the GLP government on him side. Yeah? And him know say well then string can pull within that capacity. Where him can come claim the land and then them do a business transaction and the labor man them in power like Andrew Wallace and him conglomerate them. Them reap a big piece of the cake for themselves as so Jamaica run. And we have to the people them long time say Andrew sell out the country and rob the money. Selling off the country asset and keep the money, bankroll the money. Yeah. Now look who we call to at them lieutenant. Yeah. Only said that he as well entrusted the Honorable Agintai. Agintai can't honorable. Imagine trusted the Honorable Agintai to make sure government land is not depleted. But Agintai not honorable. Agintai a rapist.
Melting pot, hold on the melting pot. I can hear what the caller is saying and then we just make a continue. Yes, caller, go ahead.
Yeah, me don't wonder that company how them say this Trelawney group. Now the same breach Meditech go on with them go on with. So all them never take down Meditech and them take down that company.
Very good question.
Just a quick.
No, yeah. But very good question.
Me hang up and listen to your answer.
All right. Okay. Yeah, man. The caller asks as it relates to the very similar breach, right? That new family resort are done in terms of not identifying new Falmouth resort in terms of not identifying the name, right? To the company. Well, this is the same thing as it relates to UWI, right? And same breach. So then what the caller is saying, the caller is asking then why they don't strike UHWI from the registry of company. You see the hypocrisy, melting pot. Why they don't strike Meditech? You understand, from the company's registry? Very good question. Very good question.
Remember, you know, a long time I taught this for the program, you know. So the country is under the grip of a mafia. Yeah. The country has been gripped by mafiaism. And this is why you find all of these same pattern controversy widespread right across the government entity and ministry and, you know, all these type of things like even investors now fall in the category because investors are look land, yeah, in a firm name, but a firm and the government and them do them transaction. Yeah. That's how we are going, you know. That is why Andrew has been identifying so much land rather than identifying investment for coming to the country. Andrew concentrate on land in Jamaica and forget all the people who live on the land. Like them to live out at sea. You cannot ban our country and become a squatter, you know. And we are saying to the government that this word squatter must be cease and desist from being used to describe our people. Yeah, if you want to ask for and call them illegal settlers, that, you know, and them still not illegal. Yeah, just call them settlers. You understand me? Yeah, them settle upon a piece of land. Use that narrative about you coming this garbage thing about about squatting and them. It will stop. Them born of the country. And you born of the country and you're not squatters. Don't Andrew? And your big friend, them are not squatters. And some of them don't even born of the country, them come to the country, but them not squatters. But look like never get up people them where I try with life, them are squatters. Well, let me tell you this, Andrew Holness, yeah? They are not squatters, and the word squatters, you must cease and desist from tonight from using that word towards the Jamaican people. I'm serious about it. If me hear you use it no more, me going to burn you like me never burn you before, because you're a piece of shit. I mean, why you know, say, if you stop it. Yeah? The Chinese, them are squatters. We do over 700 acre land. Eh? The Indians, them are squatters. The Israelis, them are squatters. You're chatting shit out your mouth every time about squatting. I run the people and run your way. Yeah? I mean, like when the youth say them are organized. Yeah? A protest then, so 5-week protest, I want to see. Yeah? Because him say, him has started from the 6th, him never wait till the 7th. I mean, like that. Yeah? Because if you go your ways and leave a place, you know. Piece of shit out, if you left a country, you know. Germs, if you lift up, you know. Because it's a piece of shit in everybody's life right now. The labor right them. The labor right them, I smell you. Because it's a contaminated piece of shit house. You need to lift up and left a place. Who is you, man? You know when we are build Jamaica, piece of dog shit. And you come and rob everything, you want to rob all the spoil. I ain't me want in office me square, you know. And that you know. Me fly down and come hang you. Don't have that. Because if you hang, you know, you can charge for what? Treason. Yeah, your friend them. You understand? You just have to go around and loot and shoot the place. Yeah, you have your police that shoot up the place. You loot the place. Yeah? And where you look, you have your big size 14-foot woman where you have, because she's a wife, she's a woman. Yeah? When you just have build out the whole of Jamaica, all the ones much land. And you better prove to we say you own the land, you know. Because we are going to investigate you. Don't bother feel like you all get up from the land grabbing, you know. Because you know you smart, you know. You don't take your land them in a clump, you know. You take them in a piece all over the place. But when we add them up, you have more than Charles. Because you never make Charles have more land than you, you know. No, you're a guy where size 14 tell you say enough. And you like to be seen. So me know you have more land than Charles. I remember Upper Beverly Hills. Remember Patrick Bailey. Raps when say up there say you know one up there so legally, you know.
Well, on the melting pot, let me just make one of the caller come through. Right. Yes, caller, you're on Music Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Good night. I like how you're going, man.
Blessings, my sister.
Melting pot, good night.
Good night, sister.
Yes, broke them up, man.
All right.
Anyway, and this to it too, melting pot. When the people them go out there to demonstrate peacefully, I mean, talk to Andrew. Andrew no go send your bad wolf them out upon them, and your hyenas them, and the bulldog them from the Jamaica constabulary force to go kill them off, like how them kill our butcher. Let the people them demonstrate peaceful. It's their democratic right to do it.
True.
Don't go interfere with the people them. And next thing you let go the bulldog them pan them. All right. Thank you, my God.
All right. Blessings, my sister. And that's a word of encouragement in terms of that march. Yes, Melting Pot, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's a stark word of advice to Andrew when you see what the lady said. Don't bother let out your bulldog on them.
Well, on there again, Melting Pot, because she wants to say something else. Yes, Carla, go ahead again. Hello? Hold on. You have to turn off the device. Turn off the device. Okay, like it's a mistake. Go ahead, Melting Pot.
Yeah, man, we have to warn the boy, you know, because remember, you know, this guy is detrimental to the people, you know. It will cause all type of meme. Because I have the bulldog, them have the lady rightfully said. But we are making noise a stark warning that in a sense to him, reminding him that him should make the demonstration remain peaceful with no upheaval as it relates to him police force interacting and causing a meme. So we just a warning because Jamaica need a change now, you know. We can't have the country yet in the hands of criminal. It has to move out of the hands of criminal and into the hands of trusted men. You understand? Because how low can Jamaica get? We are low below 80. We can't go no lower, you know, in the region where we preside, you know, where we reside, I mean. We can't go no lower.
So true.
So everything has to be taken into consideration now that this guy got the button way out in front and now yet to pass him. We out in front and get the button. And yet to run past him. And yet to do the way behind where along. So it showed to everyone, said him incompetent, him can't run the country. Can't run the country. Yeah, and the country is more valuable, yeah, to me than having that criminal in administration and going around, yeah, brandishing himself around as a prime minister. I'm not a prime minister material. I've been saying that all along. Because when you have people that cannot be certified, it's simply tell you that they are doing something illegal. Yeah, and no prime minister is not being given the post to operate illegally. Yeah, the job is a well-recognized job and it offers a very good salary. Yeah. So there's no need for anyone steal when you give him the task and role of a prime minister. Yeah, you are looked after. You have certain we call now gratuity where you get benefits and all them things there. Yeah, you have diplomatic visa, you can travel the world. What more you want, criminal? Eh? Nastiness, what more you want out of poor people? Piece of dog shit. Or you think the country run? You think the country run with just prime minister and member of parliament? Have to run with the backbone, which is the working class, which is the taxpayer, which is the poorer class in that sense, because you're not collecting tax from the big boys. That is why you have such a wide gap within the tax remuneration. Because you're going to collect from the small people them and the little working class, and the big boy them sit down and relax with tax waiver, yeah, and tax avoidance. Even you yourself, you understand? And your wife size foot, you know, don't pay the amount of tax on to pay. Because you talk in a public interview, so you don't like tax, you know, you don't like to hear the word because you don't like to pay. You talk that Nazara Burton thing. You understand? So we know you're a piece of shit house. Yeah? So we are saying right now, yeah, well, people must have freedom of everything because we're a democratic society. So make sure now when the people go out there, you have to go exercise them rights. Yeah, you just stay out of them way, you know. Me I warn you from now in a nastiness. Stay out of them way. I want a criminal police. We are support this criminal regime. We don't need to start checking yourself. Yeah? Because Andrew have one in a safekeeping, you know. The founder have go to prison, you know. Because everything I recorded. And then a certain archive where we can pluck out and show it to the international community. Yeah, we have a charge, you know. I don't feel like all this can provide a safe haven phone, you know, throughout the duration on time. As a police, when a madman, all this I go soon, man. And when all this guy, what happened to you? All I know where we have from video, I break it out there. What happened to you? When I end up in a prison, you know. When I go end up in a prison, because when I make a little stooge, I carry down a blind alleyway and I left one for dead. Yeah? Because remember, you know, when the right time come, justice I go return and justice I go prevail. Yeah? Them criminal judges we are lock up enough of them. Enough of them, because there's no way no judge can rule against Paul Buchanan. When you see there's so much evidence to incriminate Andrew Holness, going back to the 1944 People's Act, I tell you one breach, Andrew gone boy 18. I want to no shit house, garbage buyout judge. We are struck off of the bar and lock the bar in front of and the bar where we are locked in front of the prison door. Yeah? We are going to close the bar counter pound of nastiness and lock one behind the prison bar. On a piece of shit house, you know, mashing up Jamaica for one little piece of garbage. Eh? How wrong can you be? And getting taxpayers money for the pay on a nasty, dirty, slimy judge, you know. On a shit house. I remember I don't mince my word around here, you know. I'm afraid of a guy to tell them who them is. Yeah? Or you can't have justice system in our country where nobody from the top echelon never been charged, never been found guilty. But do you go down there so appeal lock up and charge and imprisonment? But them up the side, them are the big criminal in our country. What the biggest criminal in our country? Andrew Wallace, you know. Andrew Wallace renowned internationally as a criminal. So when you feel like so now protect somebody of any great status. No, him is a piece of shit house. I want to come in like when him are the same thing. When I have two stinking latrine. You understand? The whole I want to go in and come to get me mad, you know. I don't like you know. Yeah, you can't be judging of the country. Yeah, to uphold the rule of law. But now beg the rule of law to serve a little criminal. They don't must go to prison. Me I beg the PMP administration, do not ease up on them germs that want to come in. The things they want to see them do. Want to know how to sell to them wrong. I want to know them breach the Bar Council Act. Make sure no one start after them when the right time come. This must be like Singapore, where you go for the criminal them at large and bring them to justice. Set a straight message to everyone who will come up through the ranks that this Jamaica country is a new Jamaica country, not one that is threatening the citizen when them coming back home to meet them judge or them maker, but one that will be upholding the rule of law. One law across the board for everybody. Whether you're big or you're small, you're one individual. Yeah? And every man is just a man. You understand? So when we are talking about justice, we want real justice to come back to the island to protect our 85-year-old woman. Where if a nasty piece of shit house like the one, the old slimy, green army one, we are disrespecting here, but you just go lock up that piece of shit house same time. Yeah? Because we don't want a task force we are sending out people to tell lie and attack people, you know. I'll fish headless and one of them to get arrested. Get arrested because you hear voice note on them and you know them a public enemy. Them a mischief maker in a society. Them a create meme. What you do? You clean them off on the street, man. Get rid of them, man. And you send a message, yeah, that if you are not willing to do things right and construct it in the right and proper way, you will not be able to participate in the space of communication. We don't want no liars in a communication. We don't want no people who come with propaganda lists. Because it come from what? Task force, communication task force. Hey, nasty fish headless. You figure a prison, you know. You figure a prison piece of shit house, your germs. Yeah, and when I have you at work in that capacity where lies is being flooded into our society, where you use some little nasty dirty sperm whale blaggers for run out. Yeah, the see all man come out a style, Michael man, is a thump that one time out, you know. Yeah, if you eat like a bird, man. You understand? I feel like everybody can ramp with, you know, when you come on to Michael, man. You don't ramp with them man and name piece of germs. Yeah, because you ain't even around on Michael, man, they do work, you know. He's a laghead, you know. We just chat shit out to your mouth to please Andrew, because we get taxpayers money about our blaggers. On our shit house. Yeah? And so Jamaica taxpayers money, Andrew have it a waste it in all the various capacity, you know. But some nasty people wake up and tell lie, get paid to tell lie, you know. Nothing can go so. That's why the country being heavily taxed and heavily burdened by this piece of germs, yeah. That's why I want tax people for eating at their own vehicle. Nowhere in the world that not happen. You want tax if you drive with tattoo. Nowhere in the world that not happen. Hey, and drag garbage, you know, Jamaica people. We just rise up to the cause, yeah, man. You hear me I say, just make sure no one rally around that movement there, that uprising movement there. I say that uprising movement there is necessary and it is needed right at this point in time. We can't carry this garbage no further than what we predicting for 2026, you know. Because below, if we go 27, 20, I mash, hey, you people, we don't have no Jamaica, man. Oh, below one garbage like all this way, no way, which room in man, you know. I got a barn in one room and 2 bedroom on different platform. You can't allow him. We have to stop him. And we have to stop him now.
Stop him now.
Now is the time to stop him. And I yield back the floor to you, Lord Byron.
Blessings, dear you have it, my Jamaican people. Let me just hand over to Wifey to take us out. All right.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate each and everyone's continued support. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the week until Thursday. So safe travel on the gravel and have a wonderful night.
And make sure you tell them when you tell them safe travel on the gravel. Remind them that they not have no road, no barber green or no sun. So protect the gravel.
Big up melting pot.
Bless up.
All right,
man, as usual. Enough love.
All right.
And remember,
we're out.
Support Daisy Magazine's channel, and as it is, Daisy Magazine is the name of the channel. So please go over.
Yes, freedom. We have brandished a shirt.
And yes, our
support freedom. You're on the capitalism. Freedom is in the space. So make sure you support freedom. You understand? Buying up the t-shirts and so forth. Freedom, big up yourself. All right.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high-rise, roads still full of wood. A whose pocket do I feel while the nation lose its soul? Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. The people we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant food, price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Roads crack up parish council, bro. Country suffocate done and it just smoke. And when we raise revise you call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical. Time to go. Time to go. The people they say no. We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Time to go. We no want no hype, we no want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. Oh, you live so large when we live in so scanty. Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice. Them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate. Jamaica speaking and I'm not too late. Time to go. The people we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. We can't afford feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaica.